Welcome y'all to season 4 of the Presidential Executive, y'all. What's going on? This your boy right here, JB. This is my homie brother over here, El Presidente Rag. What's going on, my guy?
Man, what's a good word? It's good to be back in the building.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Like I forgot almost how to do it a little bit.
No,
just a little bit.
No. Life been lifing, man.
It's been lifing, bro.
People have been asking me, like, man, where y'all at?
You've
You
been
know what I'm
asking
saying?
me
Like,
too,
yeah,
yeah.
saw MK today.
Yeah.
He was like, man, y'all been holding out on me. He said, man, have y'all been shooting and not posting? He's like, what's going on? Like, I ain't been getting my fix. Shout out to MKJ, who we got an award named for, you know, the MKJ Loyalty Award.
Yeah.
But he was like, man, where y'all at? I need my fix.
Yeah. A couple people asked me, even guess who even asked me about it? Like the wifey asked me.
Oh, okay.
The wife asked me when you
Yeah.
gonna start back. I'm like, no.
Right.
I'm like, yeah.
Man,
So,
shoot, Pastor Moss asked about, like, what's up? Like, where y'all at? Like, people, they,
oh man,
you know,
yeah,
you don't have the biggest following, but the following be following.
yeah, it's been a lot going on past couple months for both of us.
Oh, yeah.
For both of us, been a lot going on.
And the ThePrezEx is brought to you by, we waiting on y'all. We waiting on y'all. It's a free endorsement right here.
So we'll get into all that stuff, maybe, you know, kind of what we've been doing or something like that. But we got Crown Vic in the building too, man.
Man,
I
he ain't got no microphone.
Cannot
Say
forget,
what up, Crown. I can't hear you, Crown.
But we gonna get that taken care of for this season. Though we gonna go and get this other mic so we can just have him.
Right. You know what I'm gonna do?
Do something.
So like we gon' cause I'm not quite there yet, but like with the editing process, like every time Crown is talking, like I'm gonna have a picture from like his old, from the old Young Memphis album. I'm gonna have that picture.
You talking about the
right.
John with no, you talking about Memphis.
Yeah,
I thought
Memphis,
you talking about the Dale John.
Yeah, no, that was one.
Is that was that it? Okay.
I'm gonna have that picture because you know he don't like.
He got the thumbs up. He like
right.
this.
Yeah, he
like
don't like
big.
to acknowledge that he was back in his MC days.
I saw that the other day. He was like,
I got a podcast guest today.
Yeah. Oh, we can hear him now. He spoke up. He spoke up.
Like that.
He spoke up for that one. He spoke up.
I thought that was a good picture, man. Come on, man.
He know when to speak up.
But yeah, man. Y'all go ahead and like this video right now, y'all. Wherever that you listen or listen or stream podcast.
Do we still remember the list, JB?
Let's see. Let's go for it. Let's say we're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music. iHeartRadio and Stitcher. Okay.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
So I okay. See, I
I
haven't lost it.
But I was with you though.
Yeah,
I had you.
You had my back.
I was right there with you.
Yeah, you had my back because I was like
Yeah.
I didn't know
since we went through the list.
But we do have a special guest in the building, and of course, you know, you're gonna do the honors because
Man,
y'all sound
Yeah.
before the camera came on, sound like Batman and
Man,
Robin.
that was something, man.
I mean?
Like we really gotta go on and get like the Patreon going just for like the off-camera shenanigans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where maybe like we got the screen and somebody reading the comments, somebody donate. Okay, we got to read your. But yeah, man. So this guy, man, I have known for dang near my whole life. You know what I'm saying? From middle school to high school, graduation. I was the best man in his wedding. You know, we was on Knowledge Bowl together. You know, we was on mock trial together.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, he was definitely on Knowledge Bowl.
Knowledge Bowl. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Many adventures. Him being a Fraser boy, but going to me being a South Memphis boy. But we both, spend a lot of time in Raleigh. You know, going to school, Raleigh Middle School, high school.
True that.
He is a proud graduate of the University of Memphis. He actually was mentored by our guy who we had on. Shout out to Jason Smith from 92.9 ESPN. But he's the editor of the Millington Star newspaper, and he covers any sporting event, not just football, basketball. This man be covering tennis, soccer, lacrosse, track and field, cross country,
bowling,
golf, bowling, flag football, pickleball, ping pong, spelunking, spades, dominoes, phase 10. If it's a score being kept, he's there taking pictures, doing interviews. He also interviewed you know, our collective kinfolk on both sides. Cam.
Yeah.
Shout out, you know, number 11, Cam Boogie.
Yeah, we got
Big
Cam.
win.
Panthers. Yeah, we got to get Cam in here.
Yeah.
Big win over Lozenge.
Yeah, big win. Big
Yeah.
win. But
And
man.
Carville too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But man, the one, the only, the most known, unknown Memphis legend, Thomas Sellers is in the building.
Thank you, guys.
Sell.
Thank you, gentlemen. It's an honor to be here, and I feel privileged knowing you two for so many years. But it's truly an honor to be sitting in this chair.
I'm glad to have you, man. We've been talking about this since
For a minute.
since we first started having guests, and he was always like, "Hey, just let me know when y'all ready."
right,
He's like,
right.
"Whenever y'all ready, sub me in."
Because I saw you out one time. I don't know, was at a store or something like that.
Yeah, I told
Yeah,
you.
we said, yeah, whenever y'all.
I said y'all been doing some good work, man. Y'all
Yeah.
touch on sports, pop culture, issues with men, stuff like that. I said all that's right up my alley. So whenever y'all
man.
ready,
And he vote Republican.
That's my guy.
I got disowned by my family for that Trump vote I gave out.
My
there.
guy.
So, yeah. So
Look,
I hope.
man.
If I do vote, I'm voting for Robert Kennedy Jr., but I digress.
Yeah, that's yeah, I think all of y'all, whether you know it or not, especially if you're in the sports around the city or whatever, you have come across his work. I'm pretty sure you've come across his work because I didn't even know how much you did, you know what I mean, until we were talking. Then we had Jason Smith on, and then, you know, I don't know if you brought it up. I don't know how it came up, but then we found out. You're like,
We did more off camera talking about it, but like
Okay.
he told us like how deep y'all's relationship was, because he just kind of, when I brought your name up, he was like, "Oh yeah, I know Thomas," like it was nothing. And then afterwards, he was like, "No, like Thomas."
Right.
Oh wow.
Well, he was my big brother at the Daily Helmsman at the University of Memphis. Jason made everything look cool. So here I am, a freshman. He's a senior, and I walk in there, and he just got that presence about him. And then one day I saw him outside of the building with the black and mild. He just got cooler by the second. I was like, this dude is just awesome, and he just made everything look so smooth and effortless. And I was like, and then he took me on his wing, but he was very humble and approachable. And then I found out who his dad was, and then that just made so much sense. I was like, that dude's so cool. I used to watch him on Channel 3 now on Fox 13.
Right.
I'm like, that's your pop. So it made sense.
He was on. His dad was on every station actually.
Just
I was like, what, he on 30? Now he on 24?
Yes.
Like,
A legend.
Yeah, Les Smith is a legend.
Whole legend in the game. But, you know, like on here, we don't want to take for granted, I think, that other people, like I said, we go back. Y'all go way, way back.
Yeah, we go way, way back.
We
Clinton
go,
administration.
Yeah.
And he can vouch about how I got the nickname El Presidente, because he was one of the people who voted for me
Yes.
to stay in the class.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
10th grade.
And I go back with you at least about 12, 13 years at least, something like
It
that.
was 09.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I've been married for 10, so
Right.
add,
got
2 or
married.
3 to that.
Yeah.
So
You used to
yeah.
work
So
out
09,
French
20.
French Riviera. We used to get our
French
swole on.
Riviera. I miss the French. It ain't like it used to be.
It's not on one fitness
I've known
now.
each other like 14 years.
Yeah. Been something like that. And Chad,
My big little brother.
Right.
big little brother Chad.
Yeah, on the beats that we put on West 10 Media on YouTube, that's my brother that y'all be hearing. Chad Blunt on the beat.
Chad Blunt, yep.
Yes.
Chad Blunt. But yeah, man, let's tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, you know, all that good things, you know what I mean?
Well, like Roche alluded to, Fraser born and raised, went to Raleigh, Egypt. At the time, Fraser High School was like a war zone, so my mom said, you're not going there. So she said, it's either Craigmont or Raleigh, Egypt. Craigmont wouldn't have me, and Raleigh, Egypt welcomed me. And
wouldn't have you? What?
yeah, they said I was dumb, so I had a point to prove. So when we got a Knowledge Bowl, we went to a practice round, and Roche and myself, we destroyed them in a practice round to the point where their coach was like, "Hey, can y'all come over here?" We're like, "No, it's too late. It's too late." But yeah, went to the University of
Said
Memphis.
I was behavior risk.
Yeah, they just said I was just flat out dumb. But then 2003, graduated from the U of M, and went out to Millington and got a job as a sports reporter at the Millington Star, and been there ever since. It's been 20 years this month that I've been out there, worked my way up to editor, and won a bunch of Tennessee Press Association award. Traveled all over the South to cover events from Louisville to Arkansas, a little college, a little pro here and there. Covered the Grizzlies about 4 years during the Pau Gasol era. Yeah. So we'll make it to the playoffs and then get swept. So I remember those vividly. But yeah, just grew up loving sports and loving my hometown of Memphis. So, and yeah,
What football team are you affiliated with, by the way?
I was about to throw that in. A devoted San Francisco 49er fan. We're on the gold
Good
standard.
team.
Yeah, gold
Good team.
standard.
Great team.
It's over silver.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes,
Sorry,
it's
to,
gold
definitely over,
standard.
yes, definitely over silver.
sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. But it's you know, I went to Craig, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Yes,
We
there's
just-
a
we
lot of
just-
rivalries.
rivalries,
Craig,
I went to Craig, so
San
I was
Francisco,
like,
and you see what color the room is.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's because
Just
it's
saying.
funny that you say your folks were trying to get you away from Frazier,
Yeah.
and so my folks were trying to get me away from Raleigh, Egypt. Because we were right up the street from Raleigh, Egypt. We stayed right up the street from Raleigh, Egypt.
Wow.
But my older two brothers got in, gang related fights, and Tommy, that is, Tommy was Rodney.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was pretty successful over there at Raleigh, Egypt, but it was a lot of other stuff that Tommy got into.
In the late 90s, Raleigh Egypt was like two different worlds. It was the height of academia if you wanted it to be that way,
yeah.
and then it was a gang warland if you chose to be that. But we showed each other respect. The gang stayed on their side, and the nerds stayed on their side, and then we kind of coexist at pep rallies and stuff like that. But it was two different worlds. Like after a certain time, we clocked out with our books and went home with our book bags. They clocked in with their Glocks. so that's how it was at Raleigh Egypt during that time.
Cause that's what Tommy went to school with MC Mac, and he was hanging with them and stuff.
A good friend of mine.
And so we went to.
You know, MC and Rock was real tight.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah, so
don't
see
know
that's how I knew him. I didn't know him necessarily from school. I knew him because like, me and Rock was like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like that's big bro. So
Yeah.
like I did like, and so when I found out they was that tight, so then that was how, you know what I'm saying? Like I got cool with them.
Right.
And it's like, oh wait, you went to Raleigh? Like for real? Like, oh okay, like so yeah.
Yeah. So so dig that, man. So you're what? You were editor?
Yes, editor of the paper, and primarily I'm the sports editor for 4 papers: the Millington Star, Bartlett Express, the Collierville Herald Independent, and the Germantown News Shelby Sun-Times. So that's my major hat that I wear that people might recognize me in the city or the area for, because I'm the guy that covers all the sports and assign the assignments for everybody. But the paper that I'm responsible for producing the news coverage and everything for, I've been with for 20 years, the Millington Star. So I'm a journalist by trade.
I didn't even know. So the Bartlett Express, I'm kind of familiar with that. That's like.
That would be called my sister paper, but it's a local newspaper, I think established in 1978, covers local news, high school, sports, to the government, things like that. And you find on most newsstands in the Bartlett area, and then website bartlettexpress.com. So we're trying to build back up the presence and everything, because, newspapers have been taking jabs left and right. We're going through the Mike Tyson phase in his prime. We getting whooped and we up on the ropes, but hopefully we pulling a rope of dope. We're going to come off the ropes with the online product, the what you can get on your phone, streaming and all that kind of stuff.
The apps and stuff like that.
So we're trying to go more digital for sure.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Because that's we used to get the commercial appeal like every day, like the newspaper and stuff like that. But then now they be hitting me. It was free for a minute, and I saw a charge my account for like $15.99. I guess my promotion was over with.
Yeah, and
I was like,
we ain't gonna tell you when it's over. We're just gonna see that bill. So
yes.
we got a paywall on our stuff now. People like Thomas, like he be calling me, like, hey, can you just tell me what happened? I was like, if you're my family, I'll go ahead and tell you what happened over the phone. But if you're not family, I need you to go ahead and hit that $2.99 on that website. Yeah. So gotta keep a brother fed over here. So
I feel you on that.
Yeah. So that's how things are turning out more digital.
So, do you do a lot of interviews?
Yes.
The reason I asked is because, like, I don't know if you noticed, is like he's extremely comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, now we got a few people, like, shout out to Young Velly. Yeah. If you've been watching, Velly's been on here 4 or 5 times. You know what I'm saying?
Something like that.
Of course, Harris was great on here. Jay Sanders was good.
Of course.
But like Sell is really, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no whole lot of pauses. Like, man, he's jumping right in there.
Yeah. You tell he's used to the camera.
And I've been on the other side of the microphone more often, where I'm doing the interviewing of people. You like to get your humble brag on sometimes. You sit across from Kobe Bryant in the locker room and talk to him, and you have to wait on Kevin Garnett to come out and get his presence ready to interview you. So when you interview such stars like that, Ludacris, the names go on and on. In my 20-year career, I've been blessed and fortunate. Memphis, it's a hub. We think of FedEx, but it's a hub for entertainment, sports, and people like coming to the city for some reason. So, and I've been blessed to get the call to, hey, go talk to them and see what they thinking about and what's going on, what they promoting. So So yeah, so now it's nice to be on the other side where people want to actually pick your brain and know what you think. So
Okay.
I hear a sound, so my bad. I was like, I didn't know what that sound was. I hear something? Oh, that's the. Oh, my bad. Okay, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
That's
No,
on me.
as long, hey, hopefully it don't be picking up on the audio. It feel good in here though, so
yeah, that's
I don't want to have to take the head off. You know?
Nah,
But
I don't
no,
know if it pick-
and for y'all, those of y'all at home watching, like we're not having any technical difficulties.
We good. I'm comfortable with it. I
One
don't
thing
care
that
no
makes
more.
my guy
I
who
don't
he is a perfectionist.
I try
I'm
to
not
be.
gonna say to his detriment. Like sometimes it can be annoying,
Oh yeah,
but
for sure
it
it is.
doesn't come from a place of being micromanaging or a butthole. But he likes excellence. You know what I'm saying? And so it's good to have people who hold you accountable. So when you see him doing something like it's because he likes the product to be excellent. Me, I'm more of the content guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure we stay up on these hot topics. That I'm always bringing the heat. You know, like and what now he seems hyped right now, but y'all don't know my boy Tyre. We're gonna talk about this when we have our episode where we
get
just
into
talk
it.
what we talk. But
Yeah.
my boy, he been doing a lot since we've been breaking. I've been doing a lot since we've been breaking.
Yeah, man.
You know, so again,
Doing a
no
whole
technical
lot.
difficulties. It's just we trying to make sure we put forth the best product. How do you maintain like what keeps your level of excellence in what you do? Like what's your driving motivating factor in that?
you watch people that can do it well and do it good. You know, I always looked up to like a Brian Gumble. You know,
Oh, wow.
a Lane Cornball brother back in the 80s and stuff, but he was a role model for me to show, hey, I can do this. Then as we fast forward to today, Stephen A. Smith, controversial, but his writing when he was with the Philadelphia Choir
For sure.
was masterful.
That's
You
true.
get to know your sources and your subject, and they are human. You humanize people. And then, man, the good old education that we got at Raleigh Egypt, not only from great teachers like Joanne Hollaback, Miss Woody, who's now Miss Simmons, but my peers. You know, I hung around a great group of guys that a lot of which y'all poured into me, I still use today. Yourself, Eric, Chris, you know, Andrew Wicks, we go back, Danny Spears. There's so many names, you know, we call ourselves the clique of dogs, you know, back in the day. But we did pour into each other and we pushed each other to do great. And when I go out there, I still represent y'all to this day. So I always keep that in mind, even when I'm in the gym. You know, y'all got on me to get my fat behind in shape back in the day. Had to lose that weight, you know, get off me so we could look presentable. So a lot goes into when you care about yourself, it comes across in your product and what you do. So what you just said about JB, since I know him at the gym, you know, this guy, hard worker, you know, take care of what God entrusts him with, you know, family and things like that. So he feel like, you know, this right here is something that he's been entrusted with. So yeah, so that's why I said to be invited, you know, to sharing this is you know, it's tremendous. And like I said, I'm deeply honored, you know, to know both of y'all. So when I see y'all, I want y'all name to be associated with me, something that y'all can be proud of.
Man.
So, he talked about, because I know like y'all know each other from the French, and I had no idea, you know what I'm saying, about that piece. And you know, like I said, we got to get the Patreon because y'all missed that whole interaction off camera. Like talk about, because you talked about like the weight loss journey. Like talk about that, because like y'all can't see, and hopefully I'm gonna find a picture of him and send it to you so you can see like him in the gym. Like he sent me one, and I had to ask him, was it like an AI? I said, that's not you. I said, that can't be you. And he was like, no, bro. He's like, no, that's me. But like, what motivated you? What led you? And talk about like where you were and then to where you are now. And if y'all see this guy, like he's absolutely shredded.
Well, in high school, I went from 280 to 180, and it was all chasing a girl. And that's the absolute wrong reason to lose weight, because it's a temporary
Whatever
thing.
it takes.
Yeah, but you know, try to make her fall in love with me. It worked, but it didn't work for me. Gained all the weight back through college. Got up to 360 pounds. As I sit here today, I'm 205. I was in a dark place emotionally and mentally when I was that big. Knees hurting, couldn't zip up my pants. Only good thing about being that fat is when you get home and you take off your too small pants and you get to scratch underneath your belly fat. It's like, that's one of the best feelings in the world. I do kind of miss that a little bit, but you're not respected by the general public as a big dude. there's no body positivity for fat dudes. You know, no fat acceptance for big dudes. You just lazy and fat. You know, you look down on, and people don't respect your opinion as much. And I was the lovable fat dude. Well, I was a reporter and all that. So the major turning point was July the 3rd, 2009. Went to the doctor, and she came out with a little receipt list of you're pre-diabetic. You got high blood pressure. We're gonna have to put you on hypertension medicine. Your cholesterol's bad. By the time you're 40, if you're still alive, you're gonna have this. You're gonna have that. And I was like, I'm sitting there to listen to her, like heard this spill before, and she looked me in the face and said, "You ain't gonna do nothing about it. I want to make so much money off of you." I'm like, "Come again?" She said, "You heard me." She said, "You're not gonna do anything about it." And that put a chip on my shoulder. I said, "I will see you in a year." Came back a year later, I was 70 pounds lighter, and it's been 14 years that I kept that weight off. And in total, I lost if I went from 360 to 205, I lost 150 pounds. And now I'm in love with the gym. My dad instilled that in me, Thomas Sr., that, hey, train your body. So I know he was a little disappointed in me that I let myself get that big, but I can tell he's proud of me now because he called me now, "Son, you need to start doing this," and then you do. You know how dads are. And now I want you to start doing this. I'm like, never stop teaching. I'm 42 years old. He's still teaching me, but I had to, do it for myself. This time I did it for myself, and I'm doing it for myself.
Who was the doctor? Was that a black doctor?
Indian. That's an Indian doctor.
See,
Yeah, so.
now, from what you said, like the doctor, I thought it was kind of genius because.
The reverse
like,
psychology.
Yeah, just like whether you do it or not, I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna make a fortune off you. 'Cause that's pretty much what they gonna do.
That's true.
And it's funny. I wish y'all would have saw Crown's face when he said that, because Crown was like, "Nigga, what?" Like he couldn't believe
Yeah.
that's what it was. And I had no idea he had gotten back, because you got to keep in mind, like, we've always kept in contact, but like,
I wasn't trying to get out. I wasn't getting out during that time.
I remember him being in 7th grade when we met each other. Like, he was a big dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was almost 300 pounds in the 7th grade.
Yeah, what you say?
Right.
You say 5'5", 280,
Yeah, like as a 12-year-old, he was almost 300 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, and he would lose, like, 8th grade, I don't think he was 280 anymore. I think he had dropped a little bit.
260.
You know what I'm saying? But he's still, like, a big guy. Like, he was Big Thomas.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not big, like, yoke big, like how we got another homeboy. He's just big T.
Right.
I ain't skipping
You know
no
what I'm
meals.
saying? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then 9th grade is like, okay, he lost about another 30 pounds. But he was still a big guy.
Still big, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not big, like muscular, like stomach, you know what I'm saying? Face kind of round. This nigga came back in 10th grade. And I'm talking about, like, it was like you could hear that Goldberg music. I don't know if you remember the old school.
Yeah.
Dun, dun. And it's like, like stopping the door. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. He came out kind of like Steven Urkel.
Right. Like
Stephon.
Like,
Stephon.
he
Yeah, that
was
was
like
hot
a
down
mini
there.
Rampage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like a mini Rampage. And then you got to remember, that was one of our schoolmates. So he was like, you got Rampage. They had a little Rampage. Like,
Well,
he was yoked.
I cursed myself. Roche know this. I drew this cartoon called Grandpa. And one of the running jokes with Grandpa was he looked like a regular dude, but as soon as he take his shirt off, dude was just ripped. And Roche told me, he said, "Man, you curse yourself." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "You got Grandpa body. You look normal in the shirt, but as soon as you take it off, abs and chest muscles and all that kind of stuff." Girls would come up to me all the time back in high school, and then they would rub they're like, "Ooh." I'm like, "Yeah, it's something underneath there hiding." Yeah, so I was like, that felt good, but I did it for one girl in particular, so that's the reason why I was able to gain it back. But now it's like, this is my part of my lifestyle. You got to make a lifestyle commitment when it's staying in shape.
When you had this conversation with that doctor, how old were you?
27.
You were 27.
Yep.
Okay, so this wasn't high school when you first lost the thing.
Yeah, high school, like I said, my motivation was chasing the girl. So it was real easy. I just ran and lift weights with my dad, and the weight just came off. But at 27, wasn't that simple. I had to diet, plan when I was eating, and this and that. The metabolism is a weird thing.
Let's move back a little bit. Like, so, because I get the notion, you want to lose a weight for a female, you know what I mean? Like, I get it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, when that happened, like, you got the girl, though.
Yeah.
You got what you... So,
unfortunately, yeah.
you got the girl, okay, but then afterwards, you gained it back because you was in a dark place?
I got
Or whatever?
complacent. I got super complacent.
Okay.
And then, as you live, bad things will happen. So that compounded on my complacency. I had a new girlfriend in college, and I thought that was it. So I reached the cum de la grace. I'm in college. I'm finna get me a degree. I got me a girl on my arm. And I worked at, the worst combo, I worked at a Colonial Country Club in banquets. And all the free food I can eat. I'm taking trays and pans of food down to the break room. Lobster, beef Wellington, chicken cordon bleu. This stuff that rich people eating. Yeah. And I just got trays of it. I'm just eating. And I looked in the mirror and like, who's that? I'm like, yeah, it was a different type of Goldberg. My shoulders were like a pound of fat on top of. I had no chin no more. Yeah. Like, oh my goodness.
He was in shape. He was round.
Yeah. That's the one shape I was in. Yeah, man. I looked in the mirror. I was like, who is that? Then that I went through another breakup, so I got fatter because I had going. You lose a girlfriend. Yeah. So I had no reason to get up, exercise, stay in shape because I hadn't found love for myself yet. I really hadn't. I hadn't reached that development in my growth yet. So yeah.
So what would you say? Because we talk about this a lot. We've had several videos which y'all need to check out, by the way, about. I don't think that cancel culture is dead. Like it's not as big as it was maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But they still try to keep it alive, right?
Yeah, they're gonna try.
So like how you talked about how you had friends who motivated you, or you found things because you wanted to be healthier. Even back as a 15, 16-year-old, you know what I'm saying? Like you wanted to be and look and feel better. But like now they tell you if somebody, you shouldn't let anybody body shame you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like don't let anybody tell you be great with your fat self.
Yeah.
That's
a horrible
thing. But
to teach.
Like you said, you had gotten to a point where like at 27 you had somebody saying, you're not gonna if you live to be 40.
Yeah.
And one of our favorite comedians, because he likes this guy as much as I do, like Patrice O'Neal, didn't live to be
2011.
42.
Man, I cried when he died. Yeah.
42.
Yeah.
But he used to always joke about being diabetic and being overweight.
I ain't here much longer.
And that's what
stuff like that. Yeah.
ultimately killed him. So what would you say to people who talk about the body shaming and don't tell people to lose weight or whatever? Like what would you say to that, being somebody, because you've been on both sides of it?
Yeah, it's a horrible thing to preach that you okay the way you are when it's unhealthy, it's killing you, it's taken away from you, and deep down inside you're not happy. When that doctor did what she did that day, I when I left, I knew what she was trying to do, and I was gonna let it work because I would say we gonna do this together. But her words did motivate me. Prior to that in high school, you were the words that motivated me. You toughened up my skin, and you roast me from time to time, and I had to get you back. So I had to get my mental toughness on.
Did.
But I
need to praise you.
No, I'm saying he definitely roasted me.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying he roasted me.
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. He definitely roasted me. I was the original big head body.
Yeah. I have
chicken because you.
Okay, do you know what my nickname was? They used to call me Rochalian. Because the movie Alien with the alien hit, like I was Rochalian.
Yeah.
They used to call me Roach Spray. So like the old Raid commercial, like where the roaches would be like, Raid. When I walked in the room, 2 or 3 people holler out, Raid.
I did bring in some Black Flag one day.
Yeah, he actually brought some Black Flag Roach Spray.
So yeah. So
I had to He was tripping off some of the off-camera conversations, because you missed some of the stories. Yeah. And Vic just could not believe, but I was not a person that was like, oh, I got this bad spirit about me. Like, I was like Django. I'm just a regular nigga. Y'all done kidnapped my wife. Yeah. And I got to kill all of y'all. And like, that's the thing. All it was. That's
the thing, that banner that we went through. I never once thought Roche was doing it out of malice or out of hate. It was... He's skilled, man. The dude's hilarious. So it's like I even had to laugh at some of the checks he did him, or a friend of ours, this and that at the lunch table. It was on. It was fair game on everybody, and that toughened us up.
I thought you were finna say his name.
I'm not, because he might watch it.
He might watch. If he see you, he'll definitely. He ain't gonna watch it because he see me. He'll definitely watch you see you.
Yeah, and he might come through the
he might come through the conspiracy.
Yeah. so yeah, and that just toughened up our
And
skin.
isn't he a Cowboys fan too?
Yeah,
He's a
unfortunately,
Cowboys
yeah,
fan.
unfortunately.
He
And then we
good
stayed
with
into it with that.
He
yeah,
good with me.
yeah. Half the
Cowboys
table was Cowboys, the other half was 49ers during the heyday of the 90s rivalry. But yeah, but it goes back to like your question about the fat acceptance and stuff. If we didn't go through that together, we wouldn't have been as close of friends as we were about time we walked across that stage together. So by 10th grade, all the checking stopped. We matured. We got past that point. Yeah. We were checking everybody else. But we realized this one phrase we used to always say about each other, we were a cohesive unit. Where Roche could fill in the gap or couldn't, I fill in the gap. Eric would, Danny would, Chris would, Andrew would. So it's like, all that checking that we did in middle school and all that beating up. So here I come in 10th grade and people introducing themselves to me like, who's the new kid? I'm like, it's Thomas. Like, they didn't recognize me. Like, was I that fat? I'm like, oh my goodness. But
And like I told him, I was like,
Yes.
yeah, you was.
yeah. And then you really know when a girl like, hey, Thomas. It's like, yeah, I must have changed.
No, this nigga he downplayed it, right? It wasn't just girls in our class and in our grade, right? He had seniors. Now, if you're a junior, a senior may, be looking for you. Like, if you're younger than a junior, a senior may check on you. Like, if you're a phenomenal star athlete, you know what I'm saying? Like, you at a 10, I'm pretty sure you're playing in some of your competitions. You had upperclassmen. Like, hey, hey, Tay Diggs, what's going on with you?
What's up, those calf muscles? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but aside
they
from
weren't
that,
like that until, look, I ain't gonna lie. Like, the only time, because, we went to Memphis in school, so tennis was like on the low of the totem pole.
Yeah. Right.
Who you think you the black Andre Agassi? Like, I used to get roles like that all the time.
Yeah.
Now when I won the city, my junior year, when they put it on the intercom, that's when people started to be like, he just ain't out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doing what they, you know what I'm saying? So that's where it became
I wasn't even in the tournament. Yeah, I was the worst player in Memphis City schools in tennis.
So when they did that, like, I get it.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
But no, so like he had seniors though, right?
Yeah.
Like checking for him, and so like how he got that grin, like he had that same grin, and so and this is why this is my man 100 grin. This is why this is my nigga for life, because he didn't soak it all in for himself.
No, I was just about to ask, did you take advantage of
He
it?
let me be his spokesperson. I was like Jimmy Mouth of the South Heart, and he was like Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? Like I had the bullhorn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like Paul Heyman. He was like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm his spokesman. I'm his hype man. I'm Flavor Flav, and he's Chuck D, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And he let me. So now it's people like, of course, people knew me because I was always in trouble. But this was another way people were knowing me.
This man pulled me into a vacant classroom, Senior Smith classroom during the lunch. And all of us were in there. The clique was in there. And he said, Sal, this meeting is for you. I was like, what is going on? He said, we got to take advantage of your newfound stardom. I was like, he said, you pull them in and then the residuals will come to us. I'm like, this dude is dead serious. I was like, what stardom are you talking about? He said, you don't see, man, the senior girls out there looking at you, this and that. I was like, I do the best I can. I didn't know what he was talking about. I'm just going to be me.
He was to be the wingman.
Yeah, but he always had a vision. He always saw the bigger picture. That's why I love hanging around him, man. He used to get me in trouble in class all the time.
But
No. You got in trouble because you laughed. Nobody put a gun in your head and made you do that. You knew what was going to happen when you walked in. And then you sat in front of me. Nobody made you do that.
You let my big head block you so you couldn't be seen.
Yeah, it made it easier for me to cheat.
JB, I knew the whole Ace Ventura 2 movie, and I never seen it. How did I practice my mantra? How do I know this? It's like, I'm like, what is he talking about? And the tears just roll down my face.
Yeah.
And Mr. Sellers, are you okay? You're having convulsions. Are you okay? I'm like,
no hatred. Like she had the best name for a teacher for a 10th grade boy. Her name was Miss Cox. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so yeah.
And I think her husband's name was like Richard or something like that. So it's like, you know what the nickname for Richard is? Like your husband's name is Dick Cox. Like,
it's
come on, man.
redundant. It was redundant.
So the question is, did you take advantage of your newfound body in high school?
Oh no, because
lies and propaganda.
I was too naive. Hold
up, the girl you was chasing.
Yeah, I did get her. But but I left high school to German to steal a phrase from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Carlton was still yeah. So I left high school to German.
No. Why did you leave high school to German though?
By choice.
And so for those of you all who don't read on the context clues, like he left high school having never known a woman. I can't say that I did. Like I didn't enter high school like that. So that's another story for another day. But number one, keep in mind you didn't like skipping class.
Yeah.
I don't even think you went to senior skip day.
I did. We went to everybody's. And
Oh
played.
yeah. Okay, yeah. You only went when we were seniors. I was at all 4 of them.
He was.
DJ was at 3 of them.
Yeah, we sent him to the corner store. Yeah, to get out.
Yeah.
And then when y'all started driving,
Even Eric and Chris went the junior year.
Yeah.
You never skipped.
I thought they were sick that day.
No,
I
no.
just learned something new
He
today.
never skipped. And it was women who wanted to see him with his shirt off, JB. He never would skip. Number 2, his mama was not going. Bless her heart. Hey, mama. Never was going. You was not getting it. You were not getting it at that house on the last house before you leave, before you bust a right.
Yeah,
You
Gowan
know what
Drive.
I'm saying? On Gowan.
Yeah.
You wasn't finna get it in at their house. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't skip, you couldn't get it at your house. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't lie about your whereabouts after school. How was you gonna do it?
Yeah.
I did all 3 of those things.
so
My parents wasn't never at home in the daytime. I used to always skip. And
yeah, I guess the biggest advantage I took I wore Fresh Nautica and chaps back then. That's about it. My clothes got a little bit cheaper, but other than that, I didn't take advantage of it. So yeah.
but he did get the girl he wanted.
Yeah.
Even though we had told him like she's only using you to boost her, and that was the only reason I didn't like her. She's using you. Like, yes, we used you too, but we was your homeboys. She's using you, and once she get through with you, she's gonna be done. She just want to get known because she knew that all the girls was checking for you. So I'm gonna use you to get noticed.
Right.
And then once I get a little bit of notoriety, then I'm out.
So, but yeah, my goal I did reach, but it did teach me one big positive. You work hard for something, you can't attain that goal. So just be careful what your goal is.
Yeah.
So I did learn that.
That was good because I asked because similar. I mean, it's kind of similar. Like I was a fat kid, growing up, but then as I, kept growing and got into really once I got into tennis, that's what everything started, kind of shedding.
What age was you fat? I done seen some pictures of you and your sister.
I mean, I was 12 years old as a fat kid. I was 12.
That's when mine started. Right in time for middle school.
Now, but by the time when we started really training and stuff for tennis, like
13.
13,
Nigga,
13, 14.
you had a fat season.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it was something like I came back. I think it was 8th, 9th grade.
Nigga, you was the James Harden of fat kids. You was fat to get out of a contract.
I was a fat kid, but I didn't take full advantage.
He was Zion. You was James
Oh
Harden.
wow.
That's Zion.
Yeah, no, he was.
Zion.
Know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like he
yeah.
wouldn't get it off. Like it's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
And you got out of a contract, and then as soon as you started playing tennis, and you kept it out. You didn't put on weight. So I was looking at
Yeah,
your
it was
pictures
a
in my
minute.
phone from your wedding.
Yeah.
I'm like, nigga, your jawline and everything.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
you say Tay Diggs, I say you look like Mike from Why Did I Get Married? But
Yeah, I can see
checkmate.
that. Yeah,
Like,
and
yeah.
your, your
But I'm
calves,
like, this
man.
nigga
Your
must-
calf muscles are fierce, man.
My college days though, at TSU,
you was a freaking male model.
I took advantage.
Nigga,
Yeah.
you was
I took
Zoolander.
it.
And this dude
I
is sneaky
took
strong.
advantage.
I
I
see
took
some stuff he
advantage.
did in gym, man.
I took advantage, but it was, because that's what I wanted. Because you always that's a real good brother. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you always been caring. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because I was wondering, I was like, you had that, because I know how the ego is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When somebody like sees you, your body transform and stuff like that, and it's like, hey. You know what I'm saying? I'm here now. So what's up?
Yeah, well, when I lost it as an adult, it actually made me mad when a girl or a woman that knew me prior would all of a sudden, hey, Thomas, I always thought you were cute. I'm like, no, you didn't. Because if you did, you would have hollered at me.
That made
chunky.
you mad? That made you a little mad?
Yeah, because it's like, you would have hollered at me as Chunky Thomas. It's like, get away from me. It's like, yeah, but did I take advantage of it then? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I did. It's like, because here I am an adult. I felt entitled, felt like I was owed something.
Yeah.
And part of doing it for myself was now I'm finna reap some of the benefits from. So it was some dating and women that were like video vixens and all that kind of stuff. And
It's
you know,
okay going through a whole phase. I think.
Yeah.
I think every. I want to say I think every male need to have a whole phase.
and that don't necessarily mean you're gonna have sex.
But
with
I
them.
don't want. I
Sometimes
don't
you just
want
wanna
to
be seen with them.
say that with
nigga
my
whole
sons.
phase-
Watch this later on. And be like, well, you said.
His
well,
whole
I'm just
phase
saying,
is the PBS of whole phases, okay? Like, don't let them talk about, he might have dated some bads and everything, but he's always been and will always be salt of the earth, good guy. You know what? I want to do this, but my faith is here. Like, so don't know. That man,
I'm still
whole
friends with a lot of them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, his whole phase was
Yeah,
the PBS of whole phases.
Yeah, changing tires and all that kind of stuff. So I
You know what
I
I'm
did it
saying?
bad.
Like, now,
JB work for her.
JB's whole phase was like Cinemax in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, a man, JB whole phase was real live, like soft porn whole phase.
Yeah, you gotta look over your shoulder, make sure mom and
I'm not
dad
even
come
gonna
in the
talk
room.
about Crown, phase or whatever. Mine was like
Chicken bow wow.
Channel 73 back in the day. Like, mine was like the Spice Channel.
Spice channel.
The
okay.
fuzzy channel
Yeah,
where you
you
gotta
gotta
squint.
move the-
Yeah.
You gotta squint to look at the channel.
Yeah, or you gotta set the antenna. Wait, let me be quiet. I don't know
So,
what are you talking about.
Because both of y'all had this, you know what I'm saying? For me, I was always, and to some degree, I still am big head, little body. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the way I developed my personality, you wouldn't know that, like, I walk in the room, I never think I'm the most handsome guy in the room. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be in a room full of niggas that's not of Quasimodos and not think I'm the most handsome guy in the room. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the reason why my ex-wife, the reason why it wasn't so much that I was sprung, it wasn't so much that this was good or that was good, but she made me feel like I was the baddest nigga in the room. Mm-hmm. That was the whole thing. It wasn't,
Respect.
that's not the bit, like, that's, and no shade on her, but it was that she made me feel like, oh, you should be walking in like whatever. And so,
Were you saying you didn't look hindsight? You saying you didn't like that?
No. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm saying that, but even after that, like, I still never felt like I'm that dude. I felt that way with her.
I got you.
But so, and y'all was talking about how, like,
when
when y'all lost it. So even what I did is like what I thought up here. I felt like since people don't care nothing about me anyway, they don't think much of me anyway. I might as well say what I really feel, cause y'all don't give a damn about me no way. So what am I gonna be? So, like, when he talked about the roasting, like, it's some dudes like, dang, dude, kind of stupid. I wasn't gonna say that cause I was a nice guy.
Right.
But it's like, well, damn, if y'all gonna disrespect me anyway, I might as well say, you know what I'm saying, you dumb as a box of rocks on his way to stupid. You know what I'm saying? You think 2 + 2 is Thomas Jefferson. Like, I might as well say that because that's what I was thinking. But, like, so with y'all, and you said you didn't, you kind of, like, what made y'all still stay the same guy even though y'all went through a period of, like, okay, I feel like nobody checking for me, and now, like, everybody checking for me. How did y'all maintain I'm still that same? And did you ever feel like maybe, you know what, I'm finna be an asshole about it? Like,
at times, I had little periods of, like, especially depending on if I knew her and she was nasty to me, or I felt some kind of way about her rejection early on. Oh yeah, it was payback time. Some retribution was going to be had. But overall, the core person that you are is going to seep its way through. You don't want that on the back of your mind. It's like just unnecessarily. So it had to be. I had a method to my madness when it was time to be nasty or be an a-hole. But other than that, it was kind of just being a core person that you are. It's like, yeah, okay, this is going too far. I will get to the brink, look over, then come back. Because there's some consequences if I go over that edge. And so I just never really wanted to go over that edge. It wasn't in me. It would have really been out of my character for me to just, abuse a situation and take advantage of a situation and then just use a woman for a body. Because it's like, I understand how important the body is because I just went through this transformation. So yeah, it just wasn't really in me. It was unnecessary. I wanted to be genuine. If it was going to be any kind of interaction, it needed to be genuine. Something that on both sides that we saw eye to eye on.
Yeah. So JB, what about, how did you maintain yours?
I mean, I relished in it personally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, anybody, honestly, I understood it. Like, if somebody wasn't kind of giving me any play before, it was now, like, I understood. You know what I mean? I wasn't kind of tripping on it because I remember a couple girls in high school that were kind of big and fat, and I wasn't trying to talk to them. And now I see them in college, maybe go to TSU or something. They look a little different. Hey, I'm trying to holler at them now. So, you know what I mean? I took, advantage of where I could.
Well,
you know what I mean?
part of the meeting we had, I was a chubby chaser, and Rochelle told me stop chasing the girl that I was genuinely attracted to, bigger girls. He said, Thomas, we got fine girls. He said, you don't need to be talking to them. And he listed some names that shall not be mentioned. And I'm like, but I like them. So I never had that problem. I think that also kind of helped me, my type. So when a quote-unquote video vixen, a fine woman come to talk to me, I'm like, you trying to get to the guy over there? Or you me? It's like, whoa.
So I definitely had something else on something you just said, but so like, now maybe I'm wrong, but I've always felt like guys talk to women or approach women where their confidence level is. So
that's a lot of truth to that.
Cause I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like we all seen the movie Players Club. There's one chick in there. Now everybody, Ronnie was bad, Diamond was bad, like all the people like, and everybody remember Tricks. Cheryl Underwood, shout out to Cheryl Underwood. Now Cheryl Underwood. Now keep in mind, they was making it like that was bad, but like a woman that looks like that is not.
No, that's Adele Givens.
Was it Adele Givens?
Yeah, Adele
okay,
Givens.
my bad.
Cheryl Underwood's that's
right.
2-1 food.
Right.
No, that was Wesley Snipes, but you get my point.
No, so like, but my bad. But like, you remember Tricks?
Yeah.
And it was only one dude that wanted to holler at Tricks in the club, and she'd get mad. The dude that sat there with the glass, like, yeah, I love you, baby.
Right.
You go to the shake. Right? It was the movie with J-Lo and the one where they were drugging people. Kind of Cardi B was in the movie. Now it was one girl they worked with, was played by Lizzo. She was the only one in the club like that. All the rest of them women look like J-Lo. They look like Cardi. They look like that. So now for all these dudes, I only like women like that. But now I done been to the strip club with you niggas. You're not having a bad time because there's no woman who looks like Lizzo in there. You're not mad because, man, these women too bony for me. Because those women make you feel like you that nigga. Even though, if you think about it, they really only want your ones.
Yeah.
Right?
Big
But
or
they
small,
make you
big or
feel
small.
like you got the biggest dick in the room, you got the biggest stack in the room, your crew is the baddest. So in that moment, who you really are, that's what you really like. Like let's just keep it a bean, whether it's a Beyonce or whether it's a Megan Good or whether it's a Rihanna. You take that, and I'm not no shade, but take somebody who's not that. And again, we talking about not married, y'all. Just single you.
Right.
So now you got Beyonce or Riri or Megan Good or Kelly or whoever. That woman is like, hey, I want to ride or die with you. And then you got, if the house catch on fire, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bring you out. And I'm just being real.
Yeah.
So now, but if you know that women see you, hey, you know what? We see you like we see The Rock. We see you like we see Idris Elba. We see you like we see Michael Ealy or Chris Brown or whoever these women. What's my nigga Aquaman? Jason Momoa. Whoever these women think is the baddest, finest man. That's how I see you. And then they do a poll, and every woman sees you like that. You're not finna be like, you know what? You're cute, Beyonce. But you know what? This sectional right here, the woman that's actually built like a bag of money. That's what I'm into. You're not. You're not. And some of us, we see pictures of, like I said, I saw my grandma as a grandma, and I thought that's just the way I always grandma looked. And then I saw a picture of my grandma when grandma was like not grandma.
Right.
When grandma was somebody's mama, when she was just sister.
Yeah.
That was her nickname. And I was like, oh shit, grandma was bad.
Yeah.
I saw all her sisters. I'm like, oh, I see why these niggas, like, I see why you got 11 kids. I see why you, because my grandma and her sister was all bad. And again, I didn't realize it until I went through that. Okay? And it wasn't just the ex-wife, but even it was times where, and he can attest to this, I always had cute girls. And I didn't get it because I was big head, little body.
Yeah.
But man,
You know what I'm
you had the
saying?
gift of gab.
True. But
Sure.
I didn't, you got to remember some of the dudes we went to school with.
Yeah.
Right? Like we went to school with Scooter McFadden there. All the chicks wanted.
Lou Wright.
And it wasn't just a bad Lou Wright. And these wasn't just hoopers. Like, those are nice looking guys.
Yeah. Tall too, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Corey Bradford when we first
Right,
got there.
corporate. Like, that's who women want. I'm not that.
Yeah, Marvell Lacey. Yeah.
The $3-4 dudes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
3
saying?
for 1, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I just felt like, yeah, you did like that, but I felt like that's who you were confident in that you could get. I felt like if you walked in ninth grade and you knew that you could have had like some of the baddest seniors, and I'm not gonna say none of their names because I'm friends with them on Facebook, but I remember them.
Yeah, I do too.
And they was it, and I got to know, and that's how I got to know some of them because they was, you know, rubbing your chest, and you know what I'm saying, and they was like, oh, and what's your name? And I'm like, I'm Roche, you know what I'm saying? But like, I felt like, okay, I'm a love who loving me. That's where you was at. I'm a love who loving me.
I think that's a part of it, and
I'm interested. Like, is that it? Or,
that's a part of it, and you know, a little Oedipus Rex complex. Shout out to Miss Hollenbeck. You know, we all look for elements of our mom. My mom was, you know, she was a brick house back in the day, but when she was my mom, she was a bigger lady, light skinned. So if you're big, pretty, and light skinned, you just I was just gravitated towards you, and this and that, and then so we come closer friends, and you know so I meet his mom. So you look for the more professional looking lady. You meet Aaron's mom, professional looking lady. So then you started to see that because these women took care of you and looked out for you. So that's also a little part of it. And I think late '90s we didn't have as much ratchosity that's out there like it is today. If our girls were ratchet back then, they kind of hid it. So they came in there with their little Nautica business.
I was about to say, what'd you say? You said
ratchosity.
Yeah, ratchosity.
I was like,
ratchosity.
how you spell that? I was like,
ratchets.
Oh, okay.
So, but
I was like, what's that?
Yeah, they kind of hid
Yeah,
it.
nobody back when we was growing up was talking about how pink their coochie was and how brown their booty hole.
Yeah. We had no sexy reds then, but we had Aaliyahs. They covered up their one eye with their hair for some reason, so they're walking into walls and stuff. But we had to kept guard them and stuff, and they worship Aaliyah. But even our role models then were like Aaliyah and this and that. So they'll come dressed showing a little midriff at the most. They wore a little tennis skirt with the shorts underneath. So yeah, I saw that, but they were all appealing to me. You know, we had some fine girls at Raleigh during that time. So shout out to the class of '99. But you build up a rapport with them and everything. But every man got the thing that he just attracted to. So that was me. But yeah, if I was in a better standing when I walked into the doors of Raleigh in the ninth grade, they might have played out differently. But that's where I was, and it kind of evolved from there. So. Couldn't help it.
And so he also mentioned, he talked about he never used a woman for their body. We've had this, we've gone back and forth on this.
I wouldn't say never, but I try not to.
But I've never felt like, because again, I always felt like, okay, I know who I am and what I am. I don't feel like you genuinely want me anyway. So I'm going to say exactly where I am and what I want.
I never lied to
and then then you could take, and like I told him, like, hey nigga, you done came up, we're all finna come up on you. Like, that's always been me.
We about to read the benefits.
Why not? Because guess what?
Yeah.
And he could tell you,
when I got the cheat sheet. We were the cohesive unit.
When I got the cheat sheet, I never said, oh, I'm gonna hold this up. No, I let them know, nigga, you not finna take this test and pass it on your own.
Yeah.
You take this class after me. I'm giving you this cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Whether or not you use it is up to you, but you just make sure you pass it to Vic when you get out of class.
Yeah.
And Vic, you make sure you pass it to JB when you get out of class. But did you ever use the cheat sheet?
It came
every time. Stop lying. Don't do it.
Came in handy a couple times. It was make sure I double check.
You see what I'm saying? So I've always been the type. So when I meet a chick, if I don't see, and I would tell people, like, look, I don't know if I want to date you yet. I don't know if you can count. I don't know how you are with kids. I don't know where your relationship with the Lord is, or if you even believe in God. I don't know that. All I know right now is that you can get it.
Yeah.
So now, if you're not going to talk to me based off of that, then, man, nice to meet you.
That's true.
I'm going to holler at you later. And so now, if you deal with me on that, and as we continue to go on, you already know from the first conversation, like I was just in a counseling session today, and so we're all sitting around the table talking to the six of us. We're sitting around talking, and so the person leading the session is tripping because we're real live having a conversation about somebody gaining too much weight. And so now the future Mrs. Rag says, you know what, the very first time I met him, he told me he would not talk to somebody if they gained too much weight.
You gotta put it out
She
there.
said this I don't know her from nobody. It ain't I don't even have her number yet. We're having a conversation, and I'm saying, you know what? I'm not going to talk to somebody if they gain too much weight. I said, now, if we're already married, that's one thing. I said, but like, if we're just dating, and you blow up 30, 40, 50, 100 pounds while we're dating, I'm out.
Yeah.
He always been that way. He always been
And
that
because
way.
now if
That's
I'm
ideal,
married
though.
to you already,
Yeah.
that's different.
Yeah.
And so now if I tell you when I first meet you, I only want to have sex with you, and guess what? I've had plenty of women be like, you know what, you cool, but I'm straight on that. And we cool.
Yeah.
They never said Roche took advantage of me or he led me on or he misled me because I let them
He
know
said, "I
from the
love
beginning."
you."
Yeah,
Right?
in most situations, even what you just said with that, like if you dating and she's gaining weight, like in the dating phase, like over the first 2 years,
Some of them don't even make it that long because if you
Yeah,
gain 100
that's-
pounds in 6 months, like what's going and then no shade, but seeing this person, and it's like you done gone up another 60 or 70 from when we.
because you usually like gaining traction, like
Yeah.
the first 2 years, what they say, like you seeing your representative.
Yeah.
You're not
the
really
nigga she
seeing that
talk to
person.
now look like he play offensive line for somebody, so more power to it. If the house catch on fire, he can pull out. I would not be able to. Ain't no sense in both of us now.
Hey, like everybody got their preference, like, but during the dating phase, if you're gaining weight, that means you getting too comfortable too fast, in my view.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
if you like the first 2 years, like me and Rachel, like if we was in the dating phase, like we still like I'm working out every day, still in the dating phase. Like I ain't missing a day in the
Yeah,
gym.
yeah.
You know, probably one of them times we talking we're going to the French.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we were dating, but also if somebody else was out there,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
But
saying?
hold up. Even with that though,
They would-
did you not when you first met the future Mrs. Brown? Did you not tell her I like ya and I want you? No, I'm just playing. But you told her
Warrior
that you
time.
liked her, but you said I'm still also
Yeah.
dating other people.
I had the box conversation.
Did you not? And you were 100. So now, if it didn't work out, would she be able to say, "Oh, you led me on, JB. You knew I liked you"? No, you told her from the jump what it was.
Yeah, I had the box conversation. The box is at the time I had a, you know, I put different women in different boxes as far as potential. You know what I'm saying? We just cool. We just friends. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Man, I wish y'all could see Crown's face right now.
Like I mean,
So basically,
this
Crown,
is
he's saying he was a savage, right?
I think you be your promo, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no. I had.
For the preacher man.
I think-
No, I'm just playing.
I think I explained to her. I had like different boxes. It was like you got potential, you got friends, you got somebody that you just it's an understanding, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I think maybe on our first and second date, I actually took a girl out at the French Riviera.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was dating
that was
her.
a good meeting spot. It was a good meeting spot back in the
it
day.
was. And and I was like, I'm gonna keep 100. I'm dating, a couple people here and there. You seem cool, you know what I'm saying? You cool, but we'll see kind of where it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, before that, I didn't have those conversations. I just let everything be. I didn't lie,
Yeah.
but I just, unless you asked me the question, I wasn't gonna present anything.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was like, we'll kind of see where it goes. And she was cool with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think the best part is kind of like to keep everything up front.
That's very
I'm
true.
talking about 30-plus-year-old JB. Now, you talking about 18 to 24, 25.
Yeah.
And you talking about using. To me, I never looked at it using. I looked at it, we're both using each other.
I think when you're that young, that's what it is.
Because
say-
whether I'm using you for your body, you're using me for these
Resource-
meals. For these
resources.
meals, I'm taking you out on these meals. We going out on these dates.
Yeah.
You eating
A-
beef Wellington.
A trip maybe.
Wow.
So yeah.
You
something
going-
like
Never
you
seen
going-
nobody be
you-
Wilson. Y'all-
you going to Roof Chris.
Nigga,
that.
y'all
Ooh,
good, good.
at that young, you with the Root Chris?
Doing
Man,
and
nigga,
TSU I
You
did.
lucky to get beef
Whoa.
running from my ass, but no.
Chef Boyardee.
You know what I'm talking about?
But you gotta look at
But
the, you gotta look at the grade of women too.
But I'll cook. No, for real. But no, I'll
So
cook.
she was willing to play the game.
I wouldn't say they're playing the game. If he's
Yeah,
being
I
honest.
wouldn't say play the game. I think because she was context. At that point, Rachel, she 8 years younger than me, so she 8 years younger than me. She thinking like he ain't serious about this anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like putting it out there. So she never thought I was gonna take her serious from the jump. You know what I mean? So in the beginning it was like I ain't gonna play. Like I ain't just one old dude. I'm trying to use you. I'm just like I'm trying to be legit, but I'm trying to be honest at the same time. And so, I don't think she looked at it, kind of like I was playing the game. But I was gonna be honest with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still went out on a few dates during our initial courting phase, and then once I saw something, you know, I just went for it, and then, you know, kind of left the rest of them kind of to the side.
Yeah, because
you know.
it's one person.
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about it on camera.
Yeah.
But it's one person. Oh, you know. You know. If you don't know, you know.
You know.
But not like. But see that's what I'm saying. Like I've been anybody. Now I will say this: anybody pre 28-year-old me can say maybe because I believed in the Steve Urkel myth, right? Oh, you get a girl flowers. Oh, I want to be with. Oh, I've always imagined.
I think most men do grow up that way.
You're
We're
my
all Steve
friend,
Urkels.
and hopefully, if you don't like me right now, but you're gonna learn to love me. And like I remember the one, cause Laura, I think about you even if I just care about you. So like that was me.
But we got bust out of that hotel door like Steve did when she tried to put me in the tub.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you
basically saying like you was like
But it wasn't on no
a hopeless romantic.
Right. It wasn't. But it wasn't on no lying stuff though. It was
genuine.
just on a genuine. I'm really trying to be. I'm writing you. Like letters, like to this day, and you remember because I didn't even know. I found out like I dated his cousin for almost 2 years, right?
Yeah.
To this day, his cousin would use me as a standard and be like, I know Roche loved me for real because he never once tried me. He had opportunities, but he respected me. He never tried me, right? So like that's my standard of whether or not, you know what I'm saying. I know if you for real, right?
Yeah.
So like again, I man, love that girl. You know what I'm saying? Would do anything for her. You know, shout out to her because I think she just got married not too long ago. So I just saw that on. I'm like, oh, okay, you got married.
But also, given the fact that was your homeboy's cousin.
No. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Okay.
We had broke up.
Right.
And then I was like, hold up. I was like, hey, ain't y'all? And we had already broke up at that point.
Yeah, I think he said something. Then she's like, "That's my cousin." Then he called me. I was like, "Yeah, that's my Uncle Bendo."
Yeah.
So
now again, like 28-year-old me. Now this is like 2 or 3 years after I have gotten divorced, and I realized like, okay, you tried the hopeless romantic stuff. You tried doing everything right. You tried paying all the bills. You tried taking all of this stuff, and it doesn't work. And some of these girls,
the dogs started coming out.
You just think that's the way to get from point A to point B, right? You really are ultimately just trying to have somebody who you can hang out with, and you know what I'm saying, on a Friday night maybe, you know what I'm saying, you can smash, you know, get some cut or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, okay, you know what?
Become a Mountain Dew spokesperson.
If I don't really want to be with you in more than just, you know, we have conversations as do, oh man, you know what, I ain't gonna lie, she can get it. And that's it. Ain't nobody sitting up, hey, you know what, like, man, like 3 or 4 kids, you know what I'm saying, picket fence. We get a labradoodle, you know what I'm saying, retire with. No, we ain't doing that. We sit up and she can get it. So I just started being like, okay, you know what? You just tell people straight up. And then some of them, it's like, you know, they now ain't like, Roche, how come we never worked out? And I tell them like, look, you man, 1 minute you here, the next minute we having we done gone out 2 or 3 dates. Then you telling me you finna move across the country. I'm glad I didn't make you my girlfriend. You know, it's because I was feeling you, but like you, and so that's been the course of the time I've known you. You've been unstable. You don't know what you want to do. So I'm not finna throw all my chips into your hat, and you don't know what you're gonna do. Or, you know, you too goofy. You always posting all your moves on social media.
Yeah.
I don't want every time we're together, and you done took a picture of me and I don't know it, and that's on your page. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you post every single thing you do. Like, no,
that'd be some of the most awkward stuff. Cause I be seeing females on social media, and they be doing. I just seeing the dudes that be looking like.
Or sometimes you catch the nigga side profile and you be like, ain't that Vic? And he don't have no clue. You know what I'm saying? So I just started, and again, I'll give you a heads up. Like, shout out to our boy. Like, I would be listening to a lot of Patrice O'Neal stuff.
Yes.
And he just talked about. He said like a lot of dudes are unrighteous. And when he said unrighteous, he wasn't talking about God righteousness. Mm-hmm. He was talking about your motives. You do it from the wrong motive. You're not honest.
Yeah.
And so I thought about like, dang, like I have been dishonest. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought you gotta take a girl, like you said, Rue Creek, you gotta wine and dine them. You gotta take them to see a movie. You gotta listen to hours of conversations you don't want to listen to. You gotta listen to all their problems, and you can't talk about none of your problems. You gotta suppress all your feelings and let them blow up on you and do all of this, and you really don't want to. So I just said, you know what? Women will tell you straight up on the first date. Oh, don't think you finna get none.
Oh, and they got a list.
And they got a
They ain't
list
gonna
of
put up
stuff.
with
You gotta
yeah.
have a job. You gotta have a car. You can't stay with your mom. It's okay for them to have a list.
Yeah.
But you can't even say,
Is that what it's
I
like?
want
That's
somebody
what it's like out here in the dating game.
You know what I'm saying?
Ask Jonah
Right.
Hill. Ask Jonah Hill. That man put out some standards to his girl, and then she kept text messages and
Right.
receipt, and then try to make him look bad. Like, think back to what just Roche just said, JB. As we little boys, our first girlfriend is who? Our mom.
Yeah.
We love that woman. That woman take care of us, this and that. And anything that dad yelled at her one time, dad made me, I'm never going to do that to my girl. So we do grow up genuinely hopeless romantic. So we find that one girl in class that we look over at and we like, wow, I'm in love with her. And we write her letters. We make it all about her. Valentine's Day, we give her a flower with our last little money and all that kind of stuff. We give her the best card. You know, we used to give out the Valentine's Day card at elementary. You had to get the one that it was kind of ambiguous, like, I like you.
Like I used to get, my boys, especially around the TSU time, they used to get on me a lot because I used to give. One time I gave a girl for Valentine's Day like a Krispy Kreme had those heart-shaped donuts.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
It's literally sweet.
Yeah. So I used to
That wasn't the
do.
one with the 3-piece, was it?
No, it was 4. It came.
No.
What
I'm
you
talking
talking
about
about?
that ain't the chick with the 3-piece.
No.
I ain't gonna lie.
No.
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. Like I
That's
thought,
Krispy Kreme.
because every time you kept talking about her, I'm like, oh, okay, they must really gonna be.
It was close.
You know what I'm saying? Then you
Oh,
had
close.
there was another chick you talked to, and she had the little son, and like,
Are you talking?
remember,
Yeah.
Man, that little joker was so clean, and I'm like, his whole sense of style, like even when he posed, I'm like. I said, JB, tell the truth. That's your son. No. That little nigga looked just like a little bitty JB. I'm talking about like he had the vest on and everything.
Oh, a little
I'm
professional.
like, that right. I'm like, oh, that's a little young executive.
See, but so I was similar. Like to me, it's always an exchange. Like when people be like, "You just using me for my body," but then also for us to get to know each other, we got to go to the movies. We gonna have to do something. I gotta buy you some ice cream.
Yeah.
I gotta buy you some ice cream. I ain't got to, but it's like to show that I'm genuine or something like that. You just not gonna. It's gonna be some type of exchange at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah, we pay for the woman's time to get access to her body in theory. That's what it ends up being.
Pretty much.
And a lot of and
In theory.
yeah,
Because it ain't no guarantee.
Then when we turn into quote unquote
guarantee.
dogs, who hurt you? I'm glad you asked. I actually was hurt. I did all the nice stuff. I was Mr. Nice Guy, and I got pie slammed in my face. So now I got a little dog mentality in me. I ain't gonna be as sweet as I was in my 20s. Now in my 30s, I'm gonna be a little bit more, rambunctious in my behavior. I ain't gonna be a pushover. You get pushed to that point as a guy.
Okay, so hold on. Just ain't nobody got to say nothing.
Okay.
Raise your hand if you've ever been on the phone with a woman. You told her you had to go. But she continued to talk to you as if you didn't just say you had to go.
I'm stretching.
Raise your hand.
Just stretching
JB,
right now.
you're not gonna raise your hand, JB. Oh, he gonna do it with the water. Like
drinking my
I
water.
ain't really raising my hand.
I was
So
stretching.
now Patrice O'Neal had a joke where he said, if as a man you force a woman to do something,
Raping
and
my
she
time.
tells you no, right? We all understand that is rape.
Yes.
Right? If she says no, I'm not comfortable, I don't want to, no, I'm not ready, we understand
Yes.
that's rape.
Right.
And he said now when I'm on the phone with you and I say I gotta go, whether I have to go or not, when I say I'm ready to get off the phone and you keep talking to me, he said you are forcing me beyond my will to have a conversation. He said you are raping my time. Now, granted, a lot of people didn't like that, but the context of what he was saying is it's okay for you to do it. To quote one of my favorite rappers, the great Finesse 2 Times, it's cool when you do it.
Yeah.
It's a problem when I do it.
Yeah.
It's okay for you to take advantage of my money,
Ooh.
right? That you don't sweat for. You don't know what I had to do to get this money, right? The hours of my life I'll never get back. And we work physical jobs or jobs where you're underappreciated, underpaid. You're working, and so this little bitty money I get, you're not considerate. You don't even eat like that regular on your own dollar. If you do eat Ruth's Chris regular, it's because you got another nigga paying your light bill. You got another nigga paying your car note. So your job, you got money to eat Ruth's Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of y'all get EBT, but you got a Ruth's Chris appetite. And then I take you to eat Ruth's Chris. I might put gas in you. I might do all this stuff. And then when I can't take you out next week, I'm a broke ass nigga.
Yeah.
I need to get with me a baller.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But for me to say, you know what, I'm horny and I don't want to play with myself. Oh, I can. Oh, you dog.
Oh man.
But,
Man, I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie, and I'm the only nigga that admit this. But like at some point, you get sick of humping the bed. And I did that way.
That's
I
old
didn't
school
know I
right
did
there.
that because I didn't have to be ashamed of shaking nobody's hand. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to shake Pastor Mom's hand on Sunday after you just got through choking the chicken.
You like Marlon in the Wayans, bro. You got Blossopine.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you either put some on or you know what I'm saying, throw a sock on, go to work. But again, you're a nothing if you tell a woman, look, I'm only sexually attracted to you right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never got my car keyed up in my dating years because I was honest.
I've never had my car key. No,
Yeah.
I did. Somebody put an X on the back of the Nissan.
But I tell young men all the time, don't ever tell a woman I love you just so you can get her in bed. Because she will come and key your car up or she going to mess you up.
No, she did
Don't
that though
lie.
because she was telling
Yeah.
her mom and stuff like,
You the one.
yes. And I never said that.
Ooh, wow.
But again, this type of dude I am though, right?
Yeah.
I go over to her house. She got kids. I see it's dishes in the sink. I'm waiting on you to get ready. You know, because I done been over to your crib before. Like,
Yeah, you don't do that though.
what?
You don't watch the TV.
Yes, I did.
But why?
No, I get what you're saying. You're saying I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to do that. It wasn't a deal of it's just like if I see you drop something, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, JB a man, you can pick it up. If I see you drop something, that's my name. I'm gonna pick it up. Hey, bro, you dropped this.
Yeah.
That's just so. If I see dishes in the sink, or if I see a toy on the floor that should be on the couch or in the it's a
just pick
toy
it up.
chest, I'm gonna pick it up and do that. And so you know me, I get OCD real bad. I wash one dish. Next thing you know, I done did all the dishes
Get all the rest
in the
of it,
sink.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just me. Like I get real OCD. Like I had to tell. No, that's just
That's
me.
true.
You gotta understand who my mama is. He know my mama.
Yeah.
You know my mama. That is Teresa Ragland, right?
Yeah. Numbers, everything's in order.
So anyway, but anyway, so like the future Miss Rag, I had to tell her, because I'm over there putting stuff up, and she's cooking, and she's like, hey, do you want to eat before? No. I was like, right now, I'm in my mode. I was like, and I'm not going to be able to enjoy my food because I'm putting stuff up, I'm hanging stuff up, I'm cleaning stuff up. Let me do what I'm doing. When I finish, I'll eat because I'm not going to be right. I'm going to be thinking about this instead of enjoying the food. Let me finish.
Yeah.
That's just the way I am.
For sure.
So, that's me. If I see the kids doing homework, the daughter doing homework, again, she's doing stuff, getting ready. So I'm sitting there, and so I see the kid really straight at the time, like I had just stopped teaching, right? So I see this little kid doing homework, and I'm looking. So now I'm helping the kid with the homework. It's not because, oh, let me step in, I'm going to be the stepdad. No, I just see a need.
Yeah.
Now if the kid would have been like, no, I'm good, then I'd have stepped on. If I was washing the dishes and she'd have been like, no, we good, this such and such. Okay, bet. But you don't say nothing. That's what I'm doing.
Let me give you a little background to what Roche talking about, his mentality. That's truly who he is since high school. Now, the four of us, you know, like I said, we're nerds. And I'm talking about Danny, Eric, Thomas, and Roche at this point in time. And we end up beating 4 out of 5 of the starting 5 of Raleigh Egypt basketball team in a little pickup game, which shocked the school because here we are, some nerds. We ain't supposed to beat them. Our point guard sitting right there, Roche Ragland. This man put us in the right place, in the right position, and where he saw a need, he filled up the gap. So we got challenged for a rematch. This time they ready and prepared. We beat them even worse this time because this man had the game plan in his mindset. He watched what they did.
Had the vision.
Yeah, he had all their weaknesses down and their strengths. And he's over here coaching us. Now, Sel, I need you to stay on the block. Don't you come out and shoot a three. But Roche, I've been working on my shot. You come out of that paint, I'm going to kick you off the court. I was like, I got to stay down there. And guess what I did?
Yeah.
I could have went out there and shot a shot if I wanted to, but I knew I was in the best place and best position from what he picked up. He fed me the ball because I trusted him. I made 2 layups. Now I'm getting double team, open up everything for everybody else. I ain't scored not another point in that game, but he put us in the best.
Have all the rebounds. Though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So he put us in the best position to win. So where he sees a need, he always been that way. Basketball kind of like brought that out of him and everything. We got a chance to see that. He was our unquestioned leader. In our friend group, he saw where we needed to be. He put us there.
Okay,
and we listened to the dude. We trusted him. So
I mean, but and so like I said, I know like we've gone back and forth on that because you're like, oh man, but it's not that. Like I want you to genuine, honest with what I'm able to do, what I'm not able to do, what I'm not comfortable doing.
And he be that way with you. He'll tell you what your weaknesses are and what your strengths are.
Some people live in delusion though. You can tell them where you are, and they'll be like, you did my dishes. You helped my kid with their home. No, but I told you when you called me and I wasn't accessible for 3 days. That should have been confirmation of what I told you the first time.
Yeah.
I just helped out with the homework because I was there. I never called you in the middle of the week and been like, hey, the little nigga need help with the homework. No, I did that because I was there.
Right.
You saw, and like you said, hey, I'm over here, I'm over here, I'm over here.
But when they looking for that love,
Right.
and they looking for that, they gonna hold on to that death. She saw a glimpse of gold in the shine, and then the gold nugget left the house. She tried to get that back, so you can't blame her for that.
No, and this is the other thing too, though. Like, I don't make no apologies for this. You remember the James Brown interview where you got the high? Like, what'd he say? I make love good. I don't make no apologies for that. Okay. They used to call me. They nickname for me.
Seeing good, you smell good.
Right.
I make love good.
They used to call me.
That's a good JB.
With the glass eye,
Yeah.
make love good.
They used to call
man.
me philander roof in
This
high
nigga.
school. And a philanderer is somebody who has random, meaningless sexual encounters. They called me that back in like 10th grade. They called me a philanderer in 10th grade. It wasn't like my thing is again, and I would talk to older women. Their biggest gripe about dudes is that dudes are selfish. They only want to please themselves. And the dudes that they continually mess with was the ones that took care of them. I think I've said this on the pod before. My dad didn't realize how much game he was giving us. But he told me and Paco, like most dudes, they make a mistake on their honeymoon. Now, he's speaking from a minister standpoint. Mm-hmm. He's thinking we're going to be virgins. He had no clue when he's telling us this. Neither one of us are virgins at this point. but now he giving us game. You got to take care of your woman. If you take care of your woman, she going to take care of you. So now I'm talking to older women. I'm talking to my dad. So now, as I'm going about, like, I'm trying to make sure that no woman ever says she wasted her time with me in that capacity. And so now there's a lot of women, they done had some good sex before, but they ain't had nobody that was devoted. Like Denzel talked about Blue Magic. This is my brand. I'm going to make sure that if you let me go there, you're going to enjoy. You're not going to regret it. You're not going to be like, I should have kept my clothes on. Because I do, like he talked about the body being a woman's most sacred thing, I do realize how sacred that is to a woman. Yeah. So I'm honored that you let big head, little body go there. So at least when you experience big head, little body, roach spray, Rochellian, when you experience that, you'll be like, damn, this nigga blew my mind. This nigga really came with it. And so some of that, too, is not just the washing the dishes, helping kid with the homework, but it's like he did all that and he blew my back out, too. Like your character said in The Best Man, I'm going to blow her back out. Ow. But and I know you made the joke about, like, you know, after a certain time, you only going to give. I'll never give you said, like, you going to always remember who the freak my name is.
So you always going to get the 10.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I tell my son today, like the little joker was crying. He crying. I said, hey, shut up. And he looked. I said, what's my name? You can't talk right now, but you know. I'm like Heisenberg on Breaking Bad. Say my name.
Oh,
that's
buddy.
just, and so some women, the delusion, you think that because I blew your mind, I must. No, I do that to everybody. But that's me, though. Kobe gave everybody buckets. You're not special Gilbert Arenas or Jalen Rose or whoever Kobe gave buckets
Poor Jalen.
to. That's who Kobe was. Mike would tell everybody, I'm finna drop 40 on you. You know what I'm saying? James Harden, Curry, they'll tell you, I'm giving you the business, right? The Cowboys going to be the Cowboys no matter who they playing. Whether y'all playing Pittsburgh or the Arizona Cardinals, y'all are still America's team in y'all's mind. And y'all are not. No, not saying that in mind because I'm saying I'm not saying that. I'm saying everybody don't agree. But y'all got that mentality of
sure.
we're America's team no matter who we playing, right?
Yeah.
You're not special because you're Pittsburgh. Yeah, we dislike y'all more than everybody else. But guess what? We're Dallas when we play the Eagles. We Dallas when we play the Giants. We Dallas when we play the Redskins. We show as hell Dallas when we play the 49ers. We play Green Bay. Go down the list. Y'all are the Cowboys. That's the way y'all. That's y'all swag. Right. And so that's all I'm saying. But some women think that because you, oh my God, I've never had it like that. No, it's not you. It's me. Because I got a reputation to maintain.
Yeah.
And so, but the delusion comes in. They think that like you're not special. I'm special. And you say that, and a lot of people, that's not arrogance. It's because I know. I don't think I know who I am. Whether you like me or not, whether you say I'm a piece of shit or not, I know who I am. I know who you are. And so sometimes I have to remind you, like in season 1 when I was pubbing the Preacher Man podcast, and you was editing it out. I know, JB. I'm trying to big up my niggas. Because I appreciate when I'm at work and you done dropped one, I'm listening to that. And I want other people to listen to that too because that you helped me out.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put a plug on that because guess what? Like you said to me, hey, you need to drop something because guess what? A view for that, but yeah, it's a view for the podcast too. So it's a view for the Preacher Man, but guess what? It's a view for the ThePrezEx too.
For sure.
It's a view for the ThePrezEx. It's a view for the Millington Sar or the Bartlett.
The Bartlett Express,
Bartlett.
West End
You see what
Media.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And speaking of that, like, you were editor right now before we went to wind down here at some point soon.
Okay.
But, like, you work with younger people, like, people like 18 to 22, 24, something like that.
Yes, and one that I had the pleasure working with is my adopted daughter, Talia Chalmers. A lot of the vision that you see on West End Media, I trusted her when she was about 14 and 15. She started coming with me to games and everything. So, and she was paying attention to everything I was doing and the interviews and stuff like that. And I'm stuck in my old ways. And here she is, 15, 16, fresh point of view, TikTok, Instagram, forcing me to put social media in there. She watched y'all and said, you need to do what your best friend doing from high school, this and that. I was like, be more visual? She's like, yeah. She said, that's what we watch. So that's why the West End media presence came from being in front of the camera more, getting out my comfort zone. I get very complacent. That's how you get to be 300-something pounds. You get a little too complacent and get out of my comfort zone and be more creative. And then I work with a guy now, he's a little bit older, Jonathan Sturdivant, to do the jazz report. So he brings in the Cam Alexanders at Bartlett and all these young athletes. So, but on the professional side, yeah, young writers, I work with them on the writing side. Because one thing that's scaring me with our trend today, everybody thinks they're a journalist or they can put information out there. But how do you discern that information and how are you informing people? That is very important. We need people that don't have any skin in the game when they put the information out there, no agenda. So we still need good, well-trained journalists. So I work with them on that aspect a lot. And because they got the TikTok, the dance and stuff, they got that down. You know, I don't need to work with them on that, but what they putting out there, I do try to get in their ear with that. So you start at home. So with Talia, I've been working with her to get, her. Now I think she's at the University of Memphis going in PR. So public relations. So she wants to major in that and maybe do advertising and marketing and things like that. So, but I want her to have a strong foundation in solid journalism, tell both sides of the story. So the truth, the third most important side, can be discerned by the readers and the ones who, soaking in the information. So, but yeah, I do try to work with the young ones. I go to schools, Millington Central High School. I've been up there for years with yearbook, newspaper, and things like that. So we do have to definitely teach the young ones so we can have some hope for this thing called the future.
Because I was really kind of asking about that just because I was wanting to know from your perspective, if you work with the younger kids, like how you think their work ethic is. Like, do you see them as, like, this is from my experience, from dealing with, certain kids, like younger, I'm talking about, like 18, 21, 22, like, this is just from my experience. They lazy as hell.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The hard working is the exception.
Yeah. The work ethics, that's what I was like, because it sounds like maybe your experience is something different. Like, even with, what I'm doing now, even with Fed, like, I got a couple,
right.
you know what I'm saying, younger cats I got over there with me, and it's just like, it's trash. The work ethic and the mentality.
Yeah, they want everything quick. They don't want to put that sweat equity in it. Yeah. They don't want to. They're not in for the long game. They got a TikTok. I would even say they got a Vine mindset. 7 seconds or less. They want it quick, and they want something for cheap. They want to go viral. So what's the quickest way to go viral? Do something stupid. Do something crazy.
Right.
Not hard work, developing something, building something over 3 years, like you guys have. They just want. I work at a paper that is 70-something years old. So it has a name and a reputation. That took years to build. I've been in this for 20 years. So when I go out there to Millington and somebody, hey, how you doing, Mr. Sellers, this and that, that's 20 years. Then the kid I'm working with wants that same kind of adulation. I'm like, you got another 19 years in?
But I ain't did nothing.
Yeah. You've been here for 19 minutes. Like, calm down. You got 19 more years before you can get that respect. So, yeah, the kids, their work ethic is pitiful.
And I hate to... Well, I don't hate to really even say it, but it's just like kind of like how some white people interact with us, with black people. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how their experience is,
Yeah.
you may deal with a ratchet dude or something. This is your experience with.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is why they say some of this younger generation is trash, because when the people that they do interact with, the younger people, they don't have no respect. They don't have a work ethic. You know what I'm saying? They don't have manners. And so now you got a picture like, dang, obviously, it's not all of them or everybody.
All of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you can't blame, because if that's been your experience,
So, like,
That's
to
what it
your
is.
point, the dudes that you work with, would you say that they have a strong male presence or a strong
No.
father figure? Okay, so
Nope.
Yeah, that's
and
sure.
this is no shade on Crown. Like, Crown unfortunately lost his dad before he was born, right? But like, Crown had a lot of strong dudes around him, and his mom, to her credit, she kept him around strong dudes, right? So like, I know when I see him hustling, I'm not shocked, and it ain't just me, but he was around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he saw the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mr. Dale. He was with Mr. Dale. He saw the hustle, right? So he
Shout
was
out
with guys.
Dale!
He was with dudes that knew how to work and knew how to hustle. When I see him grinding, and then to his mom's credit, she's a corporate executive guru, right? His sisters, they hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's in him on all sides. So even though, because he's almost 10 years younger than us, but he got that hustle in him because he was raised by people who got that mindset.
Yeah.
Like, I think the problem is that we as parents, and most of it's our generation, because some of them dudes are young enough to be your son.
Right.
We had this whole thing, well, we grew up like this, and you alluded to, I saw my dad do this to my mom, I'll never do that.
Yeah.
What we've done is we've entitled our children. It's nothing wrong with spoiling our children. But I have to deal with this with my oldest, the entitlement. So check this out. I said, you know what? For the most part, most of high school, you're below a 2.0 GPA. Last year, you done got suspended 6-7 times from school. I still got another vehicle for you to drive that I'm going to pay the insurance for. Even though you have not been, you just now brought your grades up, but last year you got put out of school before school was out.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm still going to give you the opportunity to drive this vehicle. My only ask is, if you want to drive it 7 days, on 7 days, then you have to come back here with said truck. And you can go to sleep here. You can wake up and leave and go to work to see your brothers, your mom, or whatever. But when you get through, you got to bring it back to the house. Or, if you want to keep it on the weekends, when you get through, you need to bring it back. Now, if you want to go back, I'll drop you back off. Or you can spend the night. That's my only ask. I'm not going to ask you to pay none of the insurance. I'll keep gas in it for you.
That's a lot, man.
But because you don't want to have to come back, because you want to be able to stay where you're at, because you know if you stay under my roof, a certain time, it's good night. Right now, go to sleep when you want to get up. Certain time, it's time to get up. Let's go. Got to be at school. Goodbye. Holla at you. Certain, you ain't going to be able to sit up on the phone all day. Did you read a book today? That homework done? Oh, you ain't have no homework? Okay, well, you need to read something. You need to enrich your mind. You don't want that. The entitlement of, I can do what I want. Nobody's going to check me on it. If they do say something, they're going to say it in the other room. They're not going to say it to my face. And so now we got, this, like you said, you got somebody, you've been in the game a year. Yeah. You want the same adulation as somebody who got 20 in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You are at FedEx now. That's a side hustle. You used to do FedEx as your main job.
Right.
And you're doing it as a side hustle, and you got another job, and you're a family man, and you got to, make sure your wife is happy. But a lot of these kids, and this is where we've made mistakes as parents, because we don't want them to struggle like we struggle.
Right.
We don't want them to know the dark side. They have a sense of entitlement. They feel like everything is supposed to be easy. If I do it for 6 months, I'm supposed to blow up.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. It's not that they don't have the work ethic, because they don't know the work ethic. Everything's been given to them. We sugarcoat it for them. We try to save them. I had to tell, April now, like, let the little nigga fall off the couch. He'll learn not to crawl to the edge. Like, if you keep running, he's going to always expect every time nothing's gonna happen to me because you can't focus on what you're doing because you're so busy trying to make sure I don't fall off the couch. No, I'm gonna tell you to stay on the couch or get on the floor, or if you don't take my word, okay, I'm close enough.
Because I'm not sure if y'all saw Coach Prime. He said something. He was on a podcast or something, and they were asking him like, what about the kids today? He was just like, just what you were saying. He think they're too entitled.
Yeah.
He think that since we try to give them everything that. We grew up like this. Oh, my kids are not going to be this way.
Yeah.
They're not going to grow up like this. Oh, my daddy shamed me or something like that, made me feel a certain way. I'm going to make sure I be doubly loving and something to them, but then now you gotta bring some of the same aspects that you grew up under and present that to them as well and not think that you're, bringing them back down or downgrading them.
Yeah, I think we do a lot of lazy parenting now. And Rochelle, you said it, man. You got to have strong male figures in your life. And, I talked about our moms earlier on, what they brought to our life. But our dads, man, we knew once we went over to one of each other's houses not to be disrespectful. We wasn't going to break anything, get out of line, because we all would spend time with, Mr. Emmett, we respected his house. Mr. Spears, we respected his house. And Roche dad was at the school.
Yeah. We heard.
I remember it was about a few weeks ago. I was in a line at Dollar Tree in Millington, and I just hear a son. I already knew who it was, and I turned around, tall guy, it was Miss Ragland, come and hug me and said, "Man, it's good to see you, son." Yeah, I think he finally called me Thomas after a while, but that was our school dad. We saw that tall, light skinned man coming down the hall. We ran and got where we supposed to,
right.
or we give Roche the heads up. Like, Shay, he on the
Oh, yeah,
premises.
no, they told me. That's why I didn't get caught. Because he was like, hey, your dad here.
Yeah. One of us go down there distracted. Sorry, Mr. Ragland. One of us go down there distracted by go get Roche and water.
Yeah.
Get back to Miss Sussman class. It's like just little things like that.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Miss Sussman. I can't stand chemistry.
But he was an active parent.
Yeah.
He was there, and if we were attached to his son, we were his son. We didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
But after he's checking in on our grades and make sure that he come like, and time that grade dropping in science a little bit, I'm like, who told this man that? I learned what his position was up in the school. Yeah. I was like, our chaplain, the chancellor, how many titles this man got? And now I'm under his tutelage too. Oh, dang it. But guilty by association. But we need that kind of parenting and attention, because I saw how hard he was working to take time to invest in us. Yeah, you're going to pour that into your kids on the next go-around. But when you just want to be lazy, just throw at them what they want so you can shut them up. It's like the stop the baby from crying syndrome. But you stopping a 16-year-old from crying? Yeah. A 26-year-old from crying? Then eventually a 36-year-old, 46-year-old that you stop from crying. Just throw them what they want. They just used to getting what they want.
See, my son, he's 8 years old. With all I got going on now, I thought we was going to skip out on the football like this year. He played 8U football, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He cried almost every day of practice last year going to it. You know what I mean? But for me, being a father, I know I can't do everything. I can't teach him, even though I help coach and do certainly. He needs to be around other grown men, other coaches with, big voices, other kids. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at it even from this year. It's like it was a necessity. I think he needs to be around those type of boys, around that team, around that type of physical mentality.
Yeah.
Just because, even though I didn't play at this age growing up, but we grew up in a whole different society. Mm-hmm. We weren't pushed on a lot of different stuff. We was watching some on Netflix. They like to watch Power Rangers. Mm-hmm. It's something called Power Rangers Dino Fury.
Yeah, they changed like 47 times.
Yeah, and I looked at it for like 5 minutes. I was just like, let me see what they watching. Within the first 5 minutes, it got the two girls kissing on that.
Oh, wow.
This ain't even like the credit's still kind of going.
Wow.
Right? And so this is the type of stuff that they up against, to where it's like, it's a lot of feminine energy, you know what I'm saying, around, to where now
gynocentric.
You kind of, you have to offset that, you know what I'm saying, with certain activities or certain things that I may not have necessarily did myself growing up, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, we all learn on the job, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel that, certain stuff, just like, so he crying, you know what I'm saying? So it don't matter. You're going to go anyway. You're going to go. You crying, you don't want to do, you're going to do this homework. Oh, you don't want to go here? No, you're going to go, period, because You know what I mean? It ain't fair. Like, I think I said on the pod one time, he was crying one time because he didn't get the big piece of chicken. You know what I'm saying? Wife made something or something. Well, why does he get to get the big piece
Man,
of
you
chicken?
better than me.
Why does he get the big? You know what I'm saying? So I had
Got about your Chris Rock special. Boy, you better learn.
I had a whole spiel to tell, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, dog, you super entitled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At this young age. And so it's now I have to
Then
put.
you gotta realize like who did it, and sometimes
Yeah.
it's not intentional.
Yeah.
Right.
It's unintentional a lot of times.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like think about the word, and I used to say this all the time. It's okay to spoil a child. You don't want your child to be entitled, but then I thought about it. Is spoiled milk good?
No.
If your fruit gets spoiled, is that good? No. That means it's gone past
It's rotten.
the expiration date, right? It's rotten.
Mm-hmm.
So now when you spoil a child, that means you've gone past
The expiration.
what's reasonable,
Yeah.
what should be expected.
Yeah.
If I wear Jordans, it's because I got a freaking job.
Yeah.
It's
I
because
that
I used
growing
to have
up.
to wear Spaldings because my dad was the manager at Payless,
worked
and
for
we
him.
had to wear them Akeem Elijah ones because that's what he got the discount on. And I had the Spalding special, so when y'all say, "Oh, Roche, you're witty," you know how to joke. Yeah, that's because there go the nigga with the, you know what I'm saying, $19 shoes on. You know what I'm saying? They used to call me the SS, and I changed it. Shout out to my boy. You remember Ebony Brooks? Shout out to my boy Ebony Brooks because he said SS meant superstar. But they used to call me SS because they called me the Spalding Special.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just
So now when I wear Jordans, it's because I work.
You work for
Right?
it. Yeah.
Nigga, you why do you get to wear Jordans? What do you do? What value, if I was to die right now, what do you bring to the house? Because right now, my life insurance going to make sure you straight.
Yeah.
Your life insurance just make sure we ain't got to put up a GoFundMe page to bury you. Let's just keep it a buck. I don't come up if you die. I just make it to where I ain't got to go to debt to hold your funeral.
Yeah.
If I die, you're winning.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like that entitlement. No, you don't get to wear Jordans because I wear Jordans. That's the dumbest shit in the world. Like child, oh well, you live this way. Your child should for what? What do they do? What skills do they have? What have they learned to do to bring a value to themselves or anybody else?
Yeah.
True enough, you did not ask to be here, but you are here now.
But also some of the issue too is, to me, I think a lot of this stuff is being like combined, right? As far as not being tougher on them, but now you're not going to be tough because now you're going to damage their mental health. You know what I mean? So it's
mental
like
health real. No, I'm just kidding. I know it's
but
real.
that's what I'm
man,
saying. Like if you are hard, or if you are put them through certain things, or if you're grabbing your baby, they're crying, they don't want to do something. Oh no, you're hurting their mental health. Like they're doing that with the Memphis City schools. Like leave no child behind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though some of these kids need to be left behind.
They dumb as bricks. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Started by a president who was left behind.
Message.
No, man, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, he was a Republican.
Yeah.
But I digress. No shade.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Seth.
Shots
Go ahead,
fired.
Seth. Go ahead.
Everything that I described from my middle school years of the overweight and all this and that, if this happened today, I would be identifying by a different gender or sexual identity. It would have. I just think God it happened in the 90s.
They would call you like an Uncle Tom or whatever the equivalent of a overweight Uncle Tom would be. That's what they call it.
Yeah. So it would. I guess my mental was. I'm trying to go back to that time. Okay, of course it hurt in the time. Nobody likes getting checked, but I wasn't suicidal. I wasn't homicidal. I didn't think like it was anywhere because I went home to a family that loved me, and a mama that was gonna keep feeding me, that made me bigger. So I had a dad that. Son, let me show you these tips. Okay, you want to lift this and that. Because one day this is going to click and it's going to work for you. I had a sister, older sister that beat up on me mentally and physically. So that toughened me up. Then I had two younger brothers looking up to me. It's like we don't have that family structure at home. So the world is raising our kids. And it's telling, what you just said, JB, man. When we saw two women kissing back then, it was Cinemax Friday night after dark, and it was like chicky bang bang, and it was kind of like it was a turn you on or something. Now it's to prove a point.
Right.
It's to indoctrinate the
But even then,
children.
It felt like it was something we shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
like,
salacious
ooh.
because it's like we shouldn't be
Yeah.
looking at this.
yeah.
This is
And-
not what we should be watching.
Yeah.
But I can't take my eyes off
I
of
gotta
it.
look.
Yeah, it wasn't like the WNBA. It wasn't for a cause or this and that. It was just like even our WNBA. It was just some women that played some basketball, some Cheryl Swoops and some Cynthia Coopers, and we actually would shout them out. Everyone, man, you saw Cynthia Cooper, you saw Coop, this and that. Now the WNBA is a statement. It's a political statement. It's like I don't want to watch that.
And they don't push. I feel like if the woman is not openly a lesbian or pride or whatever, they do not push her.
Yeah.
I forget what the lady's name was, but she played, I think, like 10 years in the WNBA. She wrote a book.
Skylar
She
Diggins?
talked about she talked about how they tried to stifle her career because she wasn't
Yeah.
a lesbian, and like how they like her team was against her and everything like that. She
Maya
actually-
Moore? Was it Maya
No. It was
Moore?
somebody
No,
who played
she
before
took
that.
care of some dude in prison.
No, she played. She
Meredith.
played. She was kind of after Cynthia Cooper them, but before
Yeah.
like the Maya Moores and the Samoan Augustus and all of them. She was kind of in between that.
Yeah, and they blackballed her. They
Right,
blackballed
and she talked about that, but to go to something Gilbert Arenas said, like, dude, like, so now y'all got all of these women who are LGBTQ plus, but like that community don't even support,
Don't support it.
the league.
Don't support it.
Yeah.
And so now you expect a bunch of guys who really don't, aside from MKJ, who don't watch y'all like that. No, but MKJ just gonna watch any basketball. Like if it was the Little League basketball championship, he's watching. But I know a lot of dudes that coach and play, and they'll support it because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But if that's the only thing on, they're not like, oh, I got to get home and watch the Aces or playing the Mystics.
Yeah.
It's not.
The fact that you know the Aces and the
You
Mystics
see what I'm
is
saying?
impressive.
And I'm a basketball fan, though.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a basketball
Yeah.
fan, but I'm not going to lie. Like, sometimes I'm watching and enjoying the game, and then other times I'm like, man, hey, you know what? Shanae that be on ESPN that play with the Spurs, I'm not going to lie. That chocolate right there, that's another part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
she
it's-
stays on my island of can do no wrong. But now
That's why women watch football. They
Exactly.
look at the guys.
I
so,
appreciate the
yeah.
hooping, but I appreciate that's a beautiful black queen.
Yeah.
And just
know what I'm saying?
to your point, what you were just saying, Sel, like, living in different times. Like if you were living today in high school and had that problem and stuff like that, and people were checking you, or you know what I'm saying, the world will be telling you that you should feel this way about this. You should be depressed.
Yeah.
You should feel, you know what I'm saying, a certain way. But like when we was growing up, like checking was like a rite of passage. Like
Yeah.
you knew if I came to school like I did with some Jacksonville Jaguar shoes on in the 7th to 8th grade,
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, but you thought you was fresh though.
I did.
Yeah.
And
we
it
did.
matched. I had the same color,
Oh, yeah. Them colors were fresh, the gold and teal.
I did.
Yeah.
But, second period, you know what I mean?
Crown
It
is
was-
not gonna get a grill to this day because Crown had one of the gas station joints. You did have it.
Yeah.
I'm about to
Which
say,
one did
gas
you have?
station?
Oh
I
man.
can't believe you a lie like
The
that.
grill?
Oh, nigga, no.
What grill did you have?
Gas station grill.
Wherever you got it from, it wasn't like
I'm about to say,
you
you-
went to the dentist and got it.
Oh
You
man.
Go
brave.
to Mr. Goldman, you get it. Not no Dennis.
Man, look, that joint, the way that
I was about
joint
to say,
sitting on
Vic,
your
you
tree-
went to the gas
When
station.
did you see it? 'Cause it wasn't even around you.
You had.
But you went through the phase, my man. You went through the grill.
I don't
Man.
know where shit-
And why? But why did you get rid of
I
the grill?
cannot
Vic?
believe
Gas
Why did you get rid of the grill?
Put that up on there.
Why did you get rid of the grill?
I
Vic?
grew up.
No, you didn't.
Y'all
Because
go
you
through your
got
phase.
roasted for that grill,
Who?
Vic.
Hey, but I was with Dale when that even happened.
But this is what I'm saying though. Like now again, he is a beast when it comes to the chicken. The point that I was trying to make is that the reason why he is a beast, because regardless of how much we
you
love
used
him,
the wrong example.
you
went
did
through
have
it.
that little grill, Vic, and it was
You
wet.
used the
And you
wrong
know I'm not
example.
lying about
He
that.
was saying-
I'm not lying about this.
He said you went to Exxon.
He grilling you now for the
He said you
grill.
went to the gas station and got a
Man,
grill.
all I'm
Hey.
saying is that anybody who did not have like the actual dental grill to where it looked like that was actually your teeth, and you could tell that it was sitting like on top of your teeth.
Who do you know
They
with
called that the gas
that? Who do
station
you
grill.
know with
Oh,
that?
okay.
You.
No. I'm talking about one from the dentist. Go on, lie real quick. Name one person you know
Zach
with.
Pettigrew.
Who?
He used to go to Brother Life.
No.
Oh, okay.
Guarantee
All
he
right.
didn't go to the dentist. And
Yes,
get
he
no
did.
Because his teeth wouldn't grow.
It don't matter.
His teeth.
It doesn't matter. That was a
This man said
dentist.
teeth wouldn't grow.
He
So
said
you
teeth
saying
won't
a
grow.
person that go to the dentist and get a grill because they lose their teeth is the only people that need a grill.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you asked me who I knew. I named somebody.
No.
You see how quick I named them too.
With a cosmetic grill. Not because they got
Do I have to go through a list?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I need to know somebody.
Oh, okay.
He said you gotta be specific.
You know, he said I gotta name more than one because he said it with the confidence like I wasn't gonna name anybody.
You
And he
ain't
saw how
named
quick
nobody.
I
Ain't
named. And you know
nobody.
what? I said Zach
And I
Pettigrew.
guarantee
And you
it
know
was
what?
Pop Out,
And hold on, no,
that
it was
he
not a
had.
pop out.
Who's
And you know Terry Pope. You know Mike Arnold. You know all these guys, and they'll tell you Zach Pettigrew is a real person. I didn't make that up because he
I ain't
actually
saying
used to
make
work.
it
No,
up.
I'm saying.
If
So
they had
I'm
to
saying no.
surgically put something in his mouth so he can smile, we're not talking about
Okay, but if somebody checks your grill, did you not fire them up?
Yeah.
That's all the point that I was making.
But
That is the point that I was making.
anything
Because,
if he said anything
and it
about
wasn't
me,
just, but check this out, because he said it was a rite of passage. Was it not a time where people would check you and you would be like, you know, you kind of like be like mad or whatever, but over time, like people would check Vic. Like sometimes we'll just say, hey Vic, JB said something just so we could see Vic snap on you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Get
you
him
remember-
started.
he
Get him
knows-
started.
Right. He know. You remember Terrence Irvin,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And y'all know Turk. Y'all
He
know
did
Turk
wrong.
from Brother Life. Like Turk was one.
I'm gonna go get my
That don't man, don't do that. Vic. You better
Gotta prove. He said no
But-
gas
but
station.
y'all-
Yeah.
and I was staring right in front of this camera.
He just gonna be the only time. You know what? If that's what we got to do to get him on camera, go get the grill.
Yeah.
And so like, every time he
Let's do
talk,
I'm
every time he talk,
gotta go
he's
too.
good to go.
This the exact
Hey.
grill that I had.
Well, hold up. You remember Turk, right? From Brother Life.
Yeah.
People derail them. Man, derail them used to just be like, Darrell be like, hey, bro, hey, Turk. He'll be like, such and such shit just so Turk, because Turk would fire you up. And like we said, like, and we knew Terrence, and I told him, man, I go to church with him, man. I'm not checking that nigga. Y'all got me messed up.
Yeah.
Because, like, man, Turk would fire you up.
Yeah, he did.
And people thought Turk was an easy target. Turk was a monster. I don't even know how he got that nickname. Okay? It probably came from Check or something, but he was another one, like, and Jason Smith said, like, that rite of passage. People would check. I remember when, and I don't remember when the transformation happened. I remember being in children's church with him, and like people would clown him, and then like somehow in between 12 and 13, we got a teen ministry, and like Turk was rocking the 18-year-olds. It's like Turk was firing niggas up. I'm like,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? And then you know his brother, like you know Ivory wasn't firing nobody up. But Turk, and so you check his brother. His brother was like 18.
That was his brother.
Ivory was his brother. Man, you check his brother, who 5 years older than him.
Wow.
Turk would roast you.
Yeah.
And all I was making the point was Vic was another one where it got to a point to where Vic was like,
Look, I ain't got this picture, man.
he went through this problem.
He gonna get it.
Look,
He gonna get it.
but Vic turned into somebody like you do not want to check Vic.
He'll possess.
Man. He's a monster.
But that's what I'm talking about, because that's
I know
the
you crying.
you know what I'm saying? That's what
I was shining.
like
I don't know.
it was a situation with my kid. It was last year. They were playing football, right? And EJ was on the sideline. He drank some water or something like that. He spilled some on his football pants, right?
Okay.
Kid on the on our team, you know, he messing with her. Look, EJ peed on himself. EJ peed on himself, like that, right?
Yeah.
And you know, he was just crying and stuff like that. You know, they talking about it, doing a lot of stuff. I wanted to see how he was gonna react.
Right.
I wasn't gonna let him, you know, pounce on him too bad or something like that.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, like stuff like that. And then you know, wifey may feel something different, like you wasn't there for him, But I'm just like, sometimes you need those type of moments to like
Defining moments.
Yeah.
just kind of see what you gonna do. Like if I'm there, I can babysit it to where it don't go, you know what I'm saying, to a certain degree. But I'm like, son,
Yeah. You don't make sure he ain't gonna get hurt, but yeah, he gotta.
you can say something about it, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
look at this.
It came to his help.
What my boy do?
Hindered him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
did he do
What-
though?
Huh?
What did he do?
He didn't do nothing.
Oh.
He didn't say
Well,
nothing back. He
that's
just
right.
went back over there and sat on the bench, and you know what I mean? Like I didn't say nothing. I'm like,
No, I ain't gonna lie. I thought you was finna come with like I remember when I was teaching this my godson, Jeremiah, John Hawkins' son.
yeah.
So like this is when the what are those is going on. And Jeremiah had on some Nikes, but like the other boy was like, what are those? Everybody laughed. So Jeremiah just put his hands up like this right here. So and again, Jeremiah was like,
that's a scary pose.
Kid.
That's a scary pose.
You know, you think he nerd whatever. Jeremiah did this number right here, and so he got quiet, and that man said, "If you don't shut your," and he did that. And he said, "Bald head, scallywag, ain't got no hair." Man, when I tell you, all the teachers. Like normally we would hold that in, man. Everybody bust out laughing, and the little boy was just looking like, "I can't believe y'all." It's like, hey, that's what you. Hey, you started with him.
But no, I thought about that. But at the end of the day, I can't do it like it's. But if a parent did that to my child, then I got to step in, and do something. You know what I'm saying? Or say something. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't about to. You know, I thought about like, you look at this dude pants, like, you know what I mean? Like he chunker than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was just a moment to where I was just kind of sitting back. And just kind of seeing, I putting him in environments to where some type of tension can happen. Because you can't fabricate that at the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It got to be out in the elements.
He got to learn, as every man sitting in this room knows, if something get out of hand, we could die. A man gets in conversation, man, it can go to that point. That's the reason why we kind of guard ourselves. Sometimes we walk away, especially bump a shoulder, step on a shoe. We learn it as we get older. There's consequences for your actions and your responses. So
I just want to. Oh, okay.
And like, you know, back to the importance of fatherhood, and JB, I think you did the right thing in that situation, because I faced something like that when I was in elementary school. This is how I became a 49er fan. A lot of people don't believe it because they were so awesome in the 80s. I'm 5, 6 years old. My dad bring home this big old sweatshirt, this bright red sweatshirt with a bunch of little SFs on it, little circle SFs on it. I just fell in love with that, so I put it on. I didn't know what it was. I go to school, and they called me sissified. That's what the SF stand for. And they just roasting me, coming up with all kind of SF sayings, and some that y'all Cowboy fans like to say to us 49ers today. And I just ended up crying, and they use that F word that you can't use no more in public. And I'm like, ooh. I come home crying, and I love this sweatshirt. I'm like, I threw it off, and my dad like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't want that shit. Could be made fun. And he's, I thought you loved this sweatshirt. You ain't gonna wear it because they made fun of it. He said, you didn't know what it is. And I'm like, oh, I said, it's for sissies. And he stepped me down. This man busts out the Encyclopedia Britannica. Keep in mind, this 1986, so we had an internet for y'all kids out there. So he said, you know what the SF stands for? So we read about the city of San Francisco. That didn't help once I learned about the city of San Francisco. But he said, okay, but it's a section on sports, the Giants and all that, you know, like this. And I said, wait, that's the color and the team right there. He said, yeah. He said, they won the Super Bowl a couple years ago. I said, what's the Super Bowl? He breaking it down to me, and I'm seeing that number 16. I'm like, okay. And I'm learning about Joe Montana and this and that. He said, you got a choice. He said, you can get rid of it or you can make that your team. And I was like, so I'm just like, I'll make this my team. Thank God I did, because they just drafted this dude named Jerry Rice. Smart choice. And after
Great choice.
So after that SF, I could wear that with pride and had a sense of pride. But if I didn't have my dad there to calm me down, talk to me, and actually make it, man, my dad still do this to this day, make stuff a lesson. So, and I thank God for that. You know, sitting there 42 years old, I still have my dad there to say, hey, you know, son, had you read this? You heard about this? Have you seen this? Now it's with cell phones, so it's so easy for us right at his fingertip. So I think, you got to let, boys, we have to let grow up.
Because the only reason I said, what did I say to him? I was just like, he was so crying like, EJ, did you pee on yourself? Did you pee on yourself?
Yeah, just
like,
make sure.
No,
now,
I
you're
didn't.
better than me, because I say, hey, nephew, next time somebody says something, say, hey.
See, that's where if you could say that.
I'd be like, hey, man,
you could say that.
And
I would not stop it, right?
And I say, your dad gonna be mad in the moment, but he'll get over it. I say, next time somebody say something like that, he say, hey, bro, stop looking at my dick. And he'll get mad in the moment. I said, but he gonna be trying to fight the laugh. I said, your mama gonna be more mad than him. I was like, but they'll get over it, and they'll just be like, EJ, you can't talk like that in public.
Yeah, I had an Uncle Leotis.
They'll tell you not to look at the genitalia. And that's all I'm saying, JB, for somebody who is much roasted online as you be doing, EJ, Toby, Aiden, at some point y'all gonna see this. Y'all should be beasts. If y'all knew who y'all uncles were, if you knew Rodney and Tommy, if you knew how much ish talking he do, Vic, you ain't got no sons yet, but keep living. Okay?
Yeah, he's speaking on it.
No, I'm just saying, one day he may. But if you do, I already know. Yeah. If he ever did have a son, like, I'm not worried about, I ain't never gonna have to jump in and say, hey, nephew, say that, because he's gonna make sure.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't been on my Facebook?
Huh?
What happened? What happened?
What?
Oh,
No, bro, I ain't seen
breaking
it.
news.
Junior.
Breaking news.
I ain't know.
Man,
You made an announcement.
congratulations to
You
my
said something
guy.
on Facebook.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to my guy. Congratulations
Do
on my
you
guy.
see how busy I am now?
Wow.
So usually I would see that.
So hold up, do
Usually I would
you
see
know
that.
when the actual
Congrats,
due
though.
date is gonna be? Oh, okay, because I'm gonna make a post. What day?
Dang.
Because it's gonna be in October, right? It's gonna be like, okay, on October, whatever. No, I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm gonna say. No, I was actually finna throw a little jab.
Don't do this.
Congrats, my
no,
boy.
Congratulations, man.
It's gonna be Junior. No what? Junior.
What?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
My G, I'm so man. Wow, the world has come full circle.
So yeah. So he
Man.
about to see like, but
I've known Vic since he was 2, though.
yeah.
Okay, I've literally known him since he was 2 years old, right?
Yeah.
So now to the point to where like, and he knew me before I had any kids, and I remember when my daughter was born, it's like they was tripping like, oh, she got a kid, and now for some crazy reason I started back over. But
Man.
you know what I'm saying? And so Debo gonna need some, you know what I'm saying, some people to be in the posse, you know what I'm saying, in the crew. But
That's
man, that is a
wild.
blessing, dude. I'm so happy.
Congrats
for y'all,
on that,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like
for
he
real,
don't
man.
he don't be on the John anyway. He usually, but usually I be peeping like, but you know I've been so
I
my
read
schedule been
comments.
crazy last 2-3
I don't
months.
respond to comments, but I read comments.
Yeah.
But even seeing it though, but
Wow.
No, I didn't know you posted it though, because normally like y'all in my close friend when y'all post,
right.
it pops up. So I mean, I didn't see it, but man, congratulations, dude. Congratulations, man.
Congrats,
That is
man.
dope.
But to the everything with the point is, bro, like when it comes to, you know, like the checking and stuff, we talked to Jason Smith on the show. You know, they were talking about, they were roasting his little fro, and you know what I'm saying, he had a little jacked up fro or fade or something like that.
Because he had the mix of
Yeah.
the black people and white
Jason
people here.
Smith, the
Yeah.
dude
From
the
ESPN 99, real. He had the white people and black people here.
He
Yeah,
said
yeah.
the Memphis check-in was epic. He roasted them, you know, and he learned how to check, you know what I'm saying, because of that. You know, I knew how to, he said he know how to do a jab or two back.
Yeah.
You know, he don't really get involved with it too much. But I'm like, looking back on it now, like some day, hey, it's just like it was your day.
Yeah.
Some days
It wasn't.
you gonna walk off with that L. You gonna be
Yeah,
struggling.
Yeah.
They may remind you the next day what they said about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it builds character, and that don't always look good.
Man,
Yeah.
dude, I'm telling y'all,
You gotta learn to laugh at
again,
yourself.
Crown is the prime example, man. People don't know Crown because he don't talk on the mic. This dude is one of the most quietly confident dudes that I know.
Oh, for sure.
Don't make that face, nigga. Go and find a picture with your grill so you can prove you was right or whatever.
He found it. He's
Ain't
trying to
nobody
look for it, too.
He's
right?
sure he's still
Yeah.
looking.
Looking for it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he made the face because I said, no, dude is supremely quietly confident. He's not going to brag on himself,
Yeah.
but like he believes in him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that, but I don't think, had he not grown up around like Darrell, had he not grown up around like us, like who used to always, they used to go back and forth, him and shout out to Trill Nova. Like, but that will make you like,
Right.
I'm going to be, my little cousin Mikey.
Yeah.
Mikey is supremely confident, but Crankton, man, we used to be on Mikey's head. We used to roast we used to be on his head, and like now you can't tell him he's not the most handsome man walking. Like let him tell it, he is God's gift to handsomeness.
Yeah,
But to your
he
point,
think that
and in
for
my
sure.
line, Vic, you see his post on Facebook. He'll just post a picture #handsome. Like, but like we used to be on his head, and like he developed that jab back, right?
Yeah.
You developed that.
Gotta
from your
have it.
brothers and from school and
Gotta
stuff,
have
right?
a jab.
Like you're a journalist, like that's what you do. You take jabs and you jab back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But all of that came from, I think, too, again, that strong, to quote Patrice O'Neal, that they're trying to, it's called a pussification of America, but they're trying to make masculinity a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
They have. I think they,
You know
I
what I'm
think they
saying?
succeed.
And it's not to the point like, no, I shouldn't make more money just because I'm a man. You know, I shouldn't have certain rights just because I'm a man. But, like, it's not bad that I am a man.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with being a man. We're raising young men.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with aiding and protecting Abby. That's what he's supposed to do.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong, just like you do for your mom now. Like you're the young, but you took the lead. Like, no, I'm making sure mom's straight.
Yeah.
That's what your dad raised you to do.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And they make it. It's not a bad thing, man.
It's nothing wrong with me walking on the outside of the sidewalk.
Closest to the curb,
You close to the curb. It's nothing wrong with that.
Oh,
opening the door for a lady.
Yeah, it's nothing
Nah, I didn't
wrong.
learn that the hard way.
Oh.
I didn't know. It was a sign.
I did too. One time a
I
chick
ain't
got
know.
hit by a car because I was. No, I'm just playing.
I heard about that though.
But yeah, I wanna try to shut it down here though, Sel. But
Yeah.
We didn't even get to talk sports.
we didn't.
Yeah, we talked WNBA. That is sad. Y'all gotta bring me back. Y'all gotta bring me back.
I can't talk about WNBA. I can't relate. I like Maya Moore was my.
I mean, no, and I don't get me wrong. Like I know Lexi Brown, I know
Lexi
Asia
Brown,
Wilson.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know Elena Del Don. Like I could go down a list. Like
And
and not
Caitlin
just
Clark
the
is gonna be the
superstars.
next big
Right,
one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who's that?
Caitlin Clark.
And
is gonna
Iowa.
be-
She's
and
at
Iowa.
Iowa.
She's gonna do well. You know what I'm saying?
Angel
Flau'jae-
Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If,
LSU.
if Flau'jae decides she wants to do that as opposed to being an MC, she could.
Yeah.
But
We
like,
know where she's gonna make the most money.
but I understand why, as a consumer, I understand why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People don't like The Wire is one of my favorite shows of all time, but I know why it didn't get a lot. It's kind of slow.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn. It builds up. So now if you looking for like power, the action is just like it's hard hitting.
Yeah.
People like that. The Wire, it's a slow. It built something that happened in episode 1.
The Wire would do great in today's time of streaming where you can just
Yeah,
binge
right, yeah, you
watch.
can binge
But
watch,
we had to
right.
wait.
Week to week to week.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so it's like with WNBA, it's like, okay, it's no high flying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they suppress like a lot of the trash talking and everything like that. They try to make some of these girls that are actually very pretty. They try to make them look as
Insignificant.
rough and as bad as possible.
Yeah. Or they make them insignificant.
You know what I'm saying? And so again, on the flip side, it's okay for a woman to watch and think that LeBron is sexy or that Jason Tatum is sexy or whatever.
Yeah.
But for me to say,
Yeah.
man, I ain't gonna lie, man, Lexi Brown cute. You know what I'm saying? Or Shanae is, man, I like it. It's wrong for me to say that. It's wrong for me to watch it because I think, man, that is a beautiful woman that I want to watch play this game masterfully. And man, and she's shooting it, and she rebounding, and she man, you see her technique boxing out. I'm looking at that stuff too, but it's bad if I look at their attractiveness.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I had a closet my Lisa Hernandez
Yeah.
crush back in the day, but I gotta look at Brianna Stewart and totally respect. Oh, Lisa Hernandez, look her up, man.
Okay.
Yeah, man, she was Tennessee Lady Vol and gorgeous. but then I'm supposed to watch Brianna Stewart today and be like, yeah, this. Like no, I seen a better product, so make your product worth watching, and appeal to an audience, men. Because men, we like sports. Women in general don't like sports. So if you're gonna survive, you gotta be
And
appealing
if
to
y'all
us.
want to make money, it's mascara products that women buy that y'all could endorse.
Yeah.
It's lingerie products that women buy that y'all could endorse. I'm sorry, I'm not buying Gatorade because for me it's still Mike. Sometimes I dream that he's me. That's why I buy Gatorade. I'm not buying Gatorade because Candace Parker is drinking Gatorade.
Yeah,
And she's one of the greats.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not buying fingernail polish. Why isn't anybody promoting that?
yeah.
That's where y'all endorsements and y'all money can come in. I don't
get
wear
it.
a tampon, but that's where y'all money can go, especially y'all play sports.
Right.
That would appeal to women who work out and exercise.
Yeah.
How am I a marketing genius and I don't even do that?
Common sense.
Like I said, we had a part about this.
JB, you
get
would
it.
have done that.
Yeah. Look, you
When
got to
we
do it.
were on the line, it was certain stuff that you told certain people to do that they did not do.
Yep.
If he who I'm not gonna say his name, but if he would have promoted his own songs the way he does his own Facebook page right now, he wouldn't have had no problem with them songs blowing up.
Easy.
And but you told him to do that, and he's doing that now. But that was something you was ahead of the curve on.
Right. Put it out
That's-
there then. But what you like? You were Frisco. What y'all gonna do this year, man? I just asked you.
Okay, if we get Bosa signed and secure his future, and we make him happy, and if Purdy turns out to be Purdy good, you like what I did there?
Yeah, I saw what you did there.
I think this is the season to take it all because the NFC is top heavy, and we're part of that top heaviness. The AFC, let's hope they beat up on each other. I hope Cincinnati dogs out KC and Buffalo get in there, and then I hope the Jets turn out to do something. Cause I need all these teams beating up on each other. So
Cleveland.
let them get in the
Miami.
mix. Yeah, I hope Watson makes a return and blows up and show that everything that was he had too much time out there was rust. I hope the AFC just is a dog fight, and then we come standing out on top. Well, keep our arm healthy in the NFC Championship game. Then we get down there to the Super Bowl in February and have a breeze and bring home that 6th title so we can join New England and Pittsburgh in our rightful place and leave the Cowboys behind where they deserve to be.
Okay, now just remember, like on this show, I'm not your regular Cowboy fan. You would
No, you're not. I will say, he is not a delusional Cowboy.
Okay, now,
Okay.
and I don't usually even say this, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
But we making the Super Bowl this year. We making the Super Bowl this year.
Is the Trey Lance trade?
Dak is gonna be in the
Dak.
top 3 MVP. He gonna be top 3.
Okay,
He
so
gonna
Dak is going to stay healthy.
be, yeah.
Look at
Oh,
his
for
face
sure.
when he said that.
Dak is
Zeke
gonna be
says y'all not even
top
gonna
3
win the NFC
MVP.
East.
You saying that or you legit?
I'm for real. I'm
But-
for real.
I mean, your football
My
knowledge.
knowledge. We got a top 2 defense in the league.
Their defense is scary.
Okay, I'm gonna give you facts from what I'm saying. We got the top 2 defense in the league. You can arguably say the best.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
y'all number 2 behind that team in San Francisco. But continue.
No, we top 2. I'll say
Fred
top 2.
Warner, Nick Bosa.
All right,
Okay,
Dak.
okay.
People getting on Dak, but Dak, he had last year 15 interceptions, right?
Yeah.
Look at the rest of his years in the league. He's always averaged around 8, 9. That was
Anomaly
just an anomaly. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It's not something that's gonna continue, right?
Oh, let's hope not.
He's calling more of the plays. Him and McCarthy.
Okay.
We got TP over there as a running back and a receiver.
A little Memphis flavor.
We
Shout
got
out to Tony Pollard.
we got CD. Now the only thing is with Dak is with everybody else is just about what is he going to do in those moments. For me, I don't care. I just want to get in the playoffs. I don't care whatever their record is. That's what it's going to be.
It doesn't need to go through Arlington. You think y'all can win it on the road?
Yeah, I do think. I think we actually will play better on the road. I don't want to play at home.
Y'all go into Philly in January and win.
I was gonna say, y'all actually slick got the toughest conference in the NFC now.
Yeah.
Talking about the division.
The
Yeah,
division,
NFC,
right? Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Cause y'all had 3 playoff teams last year,
The Giants gonna be
and
different
the
this year.
same 3 are
Yeah.
going to be there.
And
then it
the
ain't no
Commanders
telling
went slow. Yeah.
Yeah, like the
went
Commanders
slow.
was
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah, the Giants gonna be straight.
Like
The
the
Giants gonna be
NFC
straight.
West has fallen off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Seattle will still be.
they were
respectful.
good, but like
Yeah.
we clearly ran the division. And
Yeah.
then everybody else
Is
was-
LA back?
No, I don't think so.
No. They're gonna be worse.
And the Cardinals are worse. Like you look at the North, it's what Minnesota
Minnesota good.
and maybe
Detroit. Everybody
Now
talking about
is
Detroit.
kinda-
Detroit.
Yeah.
and then in the South, it's what the Saints.
Yeah, they'll go marching
And so
in.
what I'm
Saints,
saying
that's
is
it.
y'all are gonna have 3 teams in the playoffs again. I think
I just want to get to the playoffs.
y'all like he talked about the AFC. Like y'all are gonna beat each other up.
Clearly want to win the division, but I'm saying this now. We gonna make the Super Bowl.
Not winning, but make it.
We gonna make the Super Bowl.
I think
Okay.
y'all are
Now,
gonna
when
have,
we get there, then I'll come back and be. And then
Okay,
I'll say
okay.
what's up.
When Pat Mahomes on the
I'll
other
say what's
side.
up.
When Pat Mahomes on the
y'all
other
are
side.
gonna have
Yeah.
3 losses for sure, and 3 of y'all losses are gonna come in y'all division. I think best case scenario, y'all split.
We gonna win the first game against the Giants.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. I feel like they're gonna get
We gonna beat the
one.
Giants now, Vic.
They're gonna get
We
one.
gonna beat the Giants.
Like when is the last time y'all swept everybody in y'all division?
Swept.
I mean that y'all beat the Giants twice, y'all beat the Redskins twice. I mean the Commanders. Forgive me, whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all beat the Commanders twice, and y'all beat the.
It had to be a minute. I want to say Dak's first year, because that
How
first
long
year,
ago was that?
2016, 7 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's 8 years ago.
Was that the
That was almost a decade ago, right?
was that the
So-
Aaron Rodgers throw that season?
The
Aaron
seven
Rodgers
closest
down the
team,
sideline.
That was 2014.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's-
That was 2014.
So I'm just
I
saying.
remember that year for sure.
Like, so that's 3 losses for sure. Which means y'all not gonna win. You can't win the division if you split. The only way you're gonna win the division is y'all's record or
Yeah.
somebody lose somebody else twice.
We gonna sweep the Eagles. We may split
How
with
y'all
the
gonna
Giants.
sweep?
Whoa! They owned y'all.
hell?
last-
Oh
Did y'all sweep them last year?
no!
They owned y'all last year.
We had rushed the first game, and then Dak came back for the other game. We beat him at home. We spotted him 7 points because he gave him that pick 6 first game, first thing
So
out.
y'all split last year.
We split last year, but I'm telling
Did
you,
y'all
for this
sweep
year,
the Giants last year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
They booked a Monday night up in
Pretty sure
New
we
York.
did. I'm pretty sure we
I
did.
do
You
remember.
gotta look that up. I think the Giants won one last year.
Because the best running in the league.
Oh
Who?
man.
Man, look, y'all.
And then did y'all sweep the Commanders last year?
Nah,
I don't think y'all
no, I
did.
think we lost one of them. But like I said,
y'all-
It's supposed to feel like that.
not no. But I usually don't say that though. I
I'm gonna
usually
be
don't
honest.
say that.
I feel like we are at least going to make the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
That is my honest
I'm just-
assessment. I feel like we're
I'm
going
just-
to
I'm
at
just giving
least
facts. Yeah, that's
make
all
that.
I'm
Now
saying.
going to what Sel said, how far we doing that, it depends on what happens. Like we have a major injury,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think we're at
going
least
to Super
making
Bowl,
the NFC
dog.
Championship.
Yeah. I
I'm
hope.
telling you, Vic. Look,
I hope we got our injuries out of the way.
this
last
recording
year.
right now. Watch, huh?
You going to some games this
Yeah,
year?
yeah, yeah. I want. Actually, I wanted to
Oh
go.
no, you need to bring back because
I wanted to
last
go
year,
to the Giants one. I
last
wanted to
year
go
you were saying that you didn't think Imani Bates was going to get drafted. You said you thought, yes sir, it's on
Right.
the tape.
I said
You
first round.
No, you said that he had fallen off. You said he may
did.
you said he may get a free agent contract.
Mm-hmm.
Because you said he had messed this up, and all
What
I
did he
was
get
saying
picked?
is,
What did he get picked? Like 48th?
no, it was 41. But but I what did I say? I said he definitely was going to go in the second round. I said that Hooper's hoop. I said yes, he
We
did
gonna
not
have- we
play
gonna-
well in Memphis. I said, but you got to remember, everybody's expectation of him was because he
went
had won.
49th.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's like
we
58
both were wrong.
picks. I didn't.
You said
I look.
48,
I didn't say he wasn't gonna get
49.
drafted.
We
You
both
were
was
like
wrong.
you were like he was gonna be
did
first
say
round.
No,
You said I said he ain't going first
I
round.
said he would be a sleeper first round pick.
And right here I'm gonna put the clip where
Listen.
exactly what I said, and we gonna see that I was right.
Okay, but no, you said undrafted free agent. It was the episode where we had my boy Sergeant Gibson on here. You said undrafted free agent. And all I said is you have to remember
Eastern Michigan.
that technically, you was like he played at Eastern Michigan. I said technically that was supposed to be his freshman year. The year he played at Memphis, he
He would have been a
declared
senior.
early.
He would have been a
He was
senior.
supposed to be a senior in high school. So everybody's talking about, oh, he only averaged 9 points. Yes, he was 17.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be a senior in high school.
Playing with and against grown men.
And you got to remember, he won National Player of the Year over Chet Holmgren, who was the #1 overall pick.
So what are you gonna do in the league?
He ain't gonna do that.
What are you gonna do in the league?
All I'm saying is,
That's all.
all
That was my
I'm
point.
saying
What are you gonna do in the league?
all
What are you
I'm
gonna do in the
saying
league?
Some friends.
given
Huh?
the opportunity,
Gonna be on the bench.
given the opportunity, he's going to have a better career than Von Wafer,
Fun wafer.
Deshaun Stevenson,
Oh man.
Ndudi Ebe, Sebastian Telfair. Oh, because I go deeper there. And keep in mind, I followed all these dudes in high school. I'm a
Give
noted,
me-
like I have
give me-
acknowledged
this
that
man
at one
said Von
point.
Give me,
Wafer.
yeah, you
I
gotta
was-
you gotta give me a higher
Yeah.
something to reach
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
JJ Barea.
I think he going for 10. he
I'm
going
like,
for 10 of
you
them.
naming like
Boris Diaw.
10 people on the bench.
Oh,
I think that his ceiling is Kevin Martin.
I wouldn't say his ceiling is a poor man's Kevin Durant.
No, I say Kevin Martin.
Okay.
You remember Kevin Martin?
Yeah,
He used to
they
play
did.
for the Kings.
Kevin Martin's
played
good
for
enough.
Rockets.
Even I think
Yeah.
that's too good, but hey,
But keep in mind, Kevin Martin was not a superstar.
Yeah, he was straight.
But Kevin Martin was a bucket. Kevin Martin was
He
20
averaged
points
20.
a game in Houston.
So JB,
He
what's
was 20
wrong with
points
Money's
in
game?
Sacramento.
huh?
What's wrong with his game? Do you think it's going to hamper him in the league?
Amani, he just a scorer, right?
Kevin
Yeah.
Martin.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He does. Even Kevin Martin knew how to. He was a playmaker too, son, because he averaged still about 4 or 5. Amani,
Physically,
Money averaged 4, 5, 6.
and physically, he was bigger too.
yeah.
Kevin. So
Yeah, eventually.
Money.
No, when he first came in, and he played 4 years in college.
Yeah. Okay. So, but Money got put on some weight for sure.
All right, for sure. He got
So
put
did
on weight.
Brandon Ingram
I just think
and Kevin Durant.
he has a lot more to
Eventually put on some
learn.
weight, yeah.
And if he's put
and he
like
still need to put on some weight.
he should have went to something to me like someone like the Spurs.
Yeah, Cleveland is a
someone
bad
that's
team.
going to
They're guard
teach
heavy.
him how to be a pro, what to do. He gonna get lost on the bench out there in Cleveland because they trying to win now.
Yeah.
And so
they think they can.
I think
I think that Spurs probably would have been a good. You said right on that. I think him coming off the bench.
Golden State would be a
Maybe.
good situation for him.
So you
But
got
now I ain't gonna lie. I think Boston might have been a good situation
possible
for the simple fact you lose Smart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, and so that mean was it Derek White off the bench? Derek White will probably be starting.
Oh yeah, he gonna definitely
But
start
that
now.
means Imani would be coming off the bench, and now you got an opportunity where it's no pressure on you, and your job when you get in the game is you kind of had that role Isaiah Thomas had, not the Hall of Famer Isaiah, but Isaiah Thomas had in Phoenix or in Sacramento.
Just go get a
when
bucket.
you come in, or like Nate Robinson, young Nate Robinson, come in and get a bucket, right?
Yeah.
So do you putting the money at the 2 or the 3?
I think depending on the team and the situation,
You better put him at the 2. To me, that's his only advantage. He's 6'9", 6'10".
Yeah.
You put him at the 3, you gonna have people similar to his height.
Yeah, beating the crap out
That's
of him.
gonna be, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
kind of
more
beating him
physical.
up a little bit. So put him at the 2, kind of give him an advantage. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm rooting for him. I just think
Yeah.
even at
he
Memphis,
did good on the Raptors.
I think
Clock.
he's, you know, I thought he looked like a deer in headlights at Memphis.
Yeah, like a 17-year-old. He like a 7. He like a
But
child.
he was the same age as Jalen Duren, and he was at the same because they was in the both same class. Both of them went up,
Yeah.
but Jalen Duren looked like a grown man in college
Yeah.
his year here. Money Base was looking like he didn't know what a defense was. He didn't know where to be on the court. Just like me and Vic were talking even before this, like when you play teams that play like a zone, to play like real defenses,
Yeah.
to try to stop what you do, you kind of see what your IQ is.
What
Yeah.
position did Jalen Duren play?
4.
He plays the 4 or 5.
Would y'all agree? In this, it translates better. People who play big men in high school play big men in college. You play big man in professionals. That is the position that translates the easiest, depending on the style of play. And what
Yeah, depending
you're
on the
doing.
side of play, because it didn't
So
work. It
now,
didn't
like,
work out
now
for
if you go-
Wiseman.
No, I mean, but you got to keep in mind.
Because Golden
too,
State,
point,
Golden
great
State offense too complex for him.
right? And again, you're playing, but that's what I'm saying. He's playing completely different. I feel like if James Wiseman goes to San Antonio,
Oh yeah, yeah,
his career is completely different than it is now.
yeah.
Because you got a team that specializes in
Post
we
play
know how to
and that.
deal with big men. If he would have went to Houston, I believe, because in Houston the only way you don't succeed is if you don't want to work. Because they have Elijah Wan come out there and work with any big man that come. They had him trying to work out with Dwight Howard. They do that. Yao Ming actually helps out guys. So you would have had that. You go to a team that, aside from Will Chamberlain, which was like what 1927, whenever that was, you ain't him and Nate Thurman. Since then, which both was in the 50s and 60s, you don't traditionally, historically have a bunch of big men. Even y'all's quote unquote center is 6'6", Draymond, right?
Yeah.
So to your point, yeah, James Wiseman didn't, but I knew going to Golden State it wouldn't because, like to your point, their offense too complex. They play completely different. But when you look at a Shaq was that dude in high school. He was that dude, and he was actually more in the NBA than he was in college. You look at Duncan. Duncan was who he was at Wake Forest, and then he landed in the perfect situation. It was that guy. You know what I'm saying? Ewing was another one. Heck, you look at a guy like what's my boy that used to play for Georgetown recently?
Alonzo Moore.
No, recently. Not Drummond. Greg Monroe. The NBA had changed, but Greg Monroe was still a 20-10 guy.
Yeah.
It just was a hindrance to the team because it's like the game was going faster, but he was doing what he was doing. He was still a beast in the post. He was still a double, figure rebound guy. It's just the NBA and the teams he was playing on moved faster. But like you look at those positions, Mark was way better than the NBA than he was, in his Spanish national. You see what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah,
so like Duren, you're absolutely correct. Duren played way better than Imani did, but essentially he was doing the same thing that he was doing in high school. You see what I'm saying? But like now in the NBA,
he looking great in the NBA too.
Yeah, he's blessed with the body and the physicality.
Yeah, he got the body.
Yeah, he came in with a grown man chisel body.
He really,
from
he
day
a big
one.
dude, bro. He a
Yeah.
big dude.
I'm saying,
Yeah, he
but
don't do any
again,
touch of weight. He just get a
does
muscle.
it not translate? Is
Yeah.
he still not? But what I'm saying though is that now the way the game is, because big men ain't the focal point. Yeah, he's not playing bad.
Yeah. When you got Embiid stepping out,
But
and
when they're talking about
Joker.
the next young players that's next up, it's Luka, it's Trae Young, it's Ja Morant. they saying like, although Embiid is older, he's in the next guard out, and Joker is the next guard out. But ain't nobody saying Duran. They're saying, what's my boy from Miami?
Doing ready though.
Yeah. Bam.
Yeah, Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, Bam.
You know what I'm saying? But don't get it twisted. Duran's a dude. He can play.
They compare.
I'm just saying
they
they're
compare them
not
to each other.
He's not there yet.
But let's not be surprised if in 3 years Money Base is an all-star. Because he is tailor-made for the way the league is now. He gets the physicality. Let's say he actually takes to the tutelage. Now he should be away from his parents and all that good stuff. And now he be in an organization where they grab hold of too. Maybe he listens to Donovan Mitchell and those guys and learns something. Then let's not be surprised where in 3 years we see him being an all-star, living up to that potential. Because everything about him is potential. We got, we talk about Mikey Williams now at Memphis. Yeah. And then again, Penny ain't afraid to go after potential. Right. And you're going to miss some, but let's hope he hits some and keeps our name in the headline, as a basketball program. Because Lord knows our football team ain't keeping us in the headlines for that power. Whatever they trying to do with college sports now.
Nah, that ain't going to happen with that.
Yeah, we just try to just be as good as we can in those sports and don't let the football do what it do, because I think they're going to break from the NCAA soon anyway. Right.
Go Memphis Tigers. I'm calling it now. Memphis Tigers, we're going to make it to the round of 32.
We're going to win one game.
No, we are. But, taper the expert, all this Sweet 16 and Elite 8. Now, if we do, I'm not poo-pooing on that.
Sweet 16.
But, let's
saw what Florida Atlantic did, and now they're in our leagues. So I was like, hey, we can do it too.
That is a blessing. But we for sure
we
are going to make it to the round of 30. We for sure are going to make it to the round of 32 this year. We're definitely going to make it to the round of 32.
We loaded this
I'm calling it right now. But anything above that is a blessing. But I'm not Elite 8, Final Four. I just don't see it.
Are we winning the AAC?
Oh, we probably win the AAC.
Okay.
We gonna win the AAC.
Baby steps for me. Baby steps.
Yeah. But yeah, we definitely going to the round 32. Depending on the matchup, maybe Sweet 16. But I'm confident. I'm putting my money on that. I don't put money beyond that because that's it's not like when we had that year with D Rose and CDR. Now we didn't know, and we didn't even know we were going to the national championship game.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to be in the tournament. Yeah. We didn't know we were going all the way to the game.
Yeah, I think what I'm saying? That year of Mississippi State scared the bejesus out of everybody.
Right.
And we got past them. And then that weekend against Michigan State and Texas,
once we got past the Sweet 16, we were talking about it. But prior to that, our ceiling was we thought we got a Sweet 16 team. We got
a squad. We knew we was going to be at least.
And that's all I'm saying.
But we went up by 30 on Michigan State. I think that's when people in the city started thinking.
Man, we put that, man. We
slaughtered them.
Yeah, then we embarrassed Texas in Houston. I think that's when we started thinking, okay, we might win a championship. UCLA game. The Dorsey point, Douglas Robert dunk, and then 2 minutes.
That was the year
2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Westbrook that year.
Yeah, they had Westbrook. Yeah,
it was Kevin Love,
Westbrook.
Yeah, they had UCLA
had follow.
Yeah, they had.
They had one of the freaking dudes that's in the NBA now. One of the Holiday brothers.
Justin,
because it's 3 of them. I don't remember which one. Whoever the oldest one is,
I think Justin the oldest one.
He was on that team as well.
Yeah,
because him and Westbrook was like the guard, and they actually had him, Westbrook, and the Flalo was all starting.
Yeah.
And then they had Kevin Love, and then one of their centers played. He didn't do well in the NBA. Was it Ryan Hollins?
That Final Four, all 4 of those teams down there had someone. North Carolina had so much time.
Was it Ryan Hollins?
I think it was.
Yeah.
But man, it might have been Ryan Hollins, but they had their whole star lineup went to the league. UCLA had a squad.
Yeah, it was a star pack Final Four that year, and we were 2 minutes and 12 seconds away from going down Beale Street with that little trophy. Let me stop.
I was in Nashville at that time, actually watching the game. Just knew we was gonna win it, bro. Yeah. But if
was you visiting Nashville? You was back in Memphis then.
I was living. No, I was back in that. Remember, I went back for
April 2008.
No, I was gonna say that was 08.
Was it April 2008?
Yeah.
Yeah, you was here.
April 2nd.
I just moved back.
Yeah, no, you might have been visiting, dudes. You were here.
Yeah, but I was in Nashville though. But
right,
I probably officially moved back.
Come on, man, it was 08. If anybody remember 08.
April 08.
Yeah. 08 was
because I started out there in khaki in April 08. Yeah. So I was probably officially back, but I was in Nashville.
Right.
I was in Nashville.
So what y'all think about D Rose being back in Memphis?
I love it.
It's good. Full circle type deal.
Yeah, I hope he mentors. I think he'll be a good mentor for Ja.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's an investment. I think that's the type of investment that we needed. Like player wise, I think we strayed as far as an organization like Grizzlies. But what we need is for the biggest investment is to get some type of on court, you know what I'm saying, locker room mentoring people that like D Rose from the hood. D Rose
For real,
is
for
pretty
real.
much is like
To me,
what y'all
like,
want to be.
I think him and Smart in the locker room.
Yep.
Because you kind of got guys that's like, okay, they about their life or they grew up around about their life. And now you got an opportunity to really be with some dudes.
But one,
and they probably check you too.
But one reached the height of being an MVP, the youngest MVP ever, and then at knee snap, he gonna tell Ja, hey, it can be gone, in a heartbeat. I know this from personal experience. Then you got a guy that got that dog in him that knows the winning culture, but did not win at all, so he's still hungry. The culture that the Grizzlies were building, it was a bad culture. And it started to permeate itself through the headlines and everything like that. Now we got two guys in there that will, like you said, JB, locker room to the floor. They're going to infuse a new culture in there where our superstar can be a real superstar and focus on the game. I'm glad his dad came out and said what he said.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, we know as men, at the end of the day, I don't care who made you do it. You're a man. You have to stand up on the decisions you make. And I think T. Morant realized I need to step up and be a dad.
Yeah.
And I need to stop enjoying the sunglasses, looking like Usher Jr. and this and that. And I need to get in there and be a dad and get my son. I didn't raise my son to be this way. We seen the photo where he looked like a lame cornball. Let's get back to that job. Just be outstanding on the court, have that hunger. This team can do something special. So, and I would love to. I want a celebration on Beale Street.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna happen. This is a matter of when.
Thursday.
This is a matter of when.
Don't go down on Bill on Friday or Saturday.
Nah. Got you.
You can hang it up, nigga.
And Wednesday night, the bikers down there. So yeah. So Thursday night.
And ain't nothing saying, nigga, I still be out in the streets, nigga. Not on Friday and Saturday, not on Bill. Oh, Miss Rag will be able to tell you. She ain't put no hint on no cap on that.
I don't mess with that. I don't mess with down
I
there.
still be out in the streets, nigga, but it's just not on Bill on Friday and Saturday.
I don't go down there like that at all. Especially
We had
now.
Sunday brunch at Vic's house.
Thanks at Vic's house.
Thugging.
So, Sel, what's up, man? Anything else, man, you want to say before we go? But obviously, I see you, I think, coming back, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't have to.
Talk about a plethora of stuff on rundowns and doing stuff of that nature.
Yeah, I know where it's at now. So, man, I would love to come back and do it again. But just I'm gonna try to keep grinding on the sports journalism thing and try to make sure there's some good journalism out there. And I just moderated with Justin Pearson recently. So the political stuff, touching base with that, trying to just get good information out there to the people. And so I tell everybody, check out West 10 Media, and that's where you'll find me on YouTube and all that good stuff. So help grow our products so we can continue to give good coverage out there. But I appreciate my brothers, y'all inviting me out and let me be a part of this, man. I feel really privileged and special. Thank you. It's a great birthday gift.
Appreciate you, my boy.
So happy
Appreciate
early
you.
birthday, too, man. Birthday will be Thursday. So by the time y'all see this, like, he will have already had his birthday.
Yeah, it would have been already birthday.
Yeah, man. JB, you got anything for the people?
No, not on this episode, but we gonna get it in real soon.
Good to be back.
Yes, sir. So till next time, y'all continue with that executive mindset.
And most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Reverdership.